underdog story continues here for GamerLegion in game number 1.
Thank you so much, Shaver. We will get into it. Jonathan, we'd never be biased.
No.
We'd never be biased.
Yeah. You know that picture with OG? Yeah, it's nothing, right?
No. I didn't even have shoes on.
We didn't have time. We do have a lot of time for this one. And again, a bit of a challenge for GamerLegion up against a team like BetBoom, who, again, maybe not the kind of team you'd expect to be here on the last day of a Swiss group stage. On the line for elimination, GamerLegion as well, of course. Only one of these teams will make it to playoffs. I will say again, like, if GamerLegion can play it quick like the panel's been saying, it's going to be one way to go about it. But BetBoom has shown that they can play into that nicely. We have seen time and time and again, Kirtich has been able to just sit back in a vacuum, farm up on his own. GPK has been able to work most of his mid matchups as well. Even into this one, the Void Spirit of RCY. As Gunnar was saying, not the best for Puck. This is something that Void Spirit feels really comfy in. But I would not, you know, I would not count out GPK. I think if this Puck does manage to at least hit lane parity, 50-50 in that lane overall, you hit that 6, you're running around. That lack of control until, say, TA Shard is going to be pretty major in allowing BetBoom to just kind of dictate this game. No excitement over the Bounty Rune so far, just a 2-for-2 trade. But yeah, it does feel like for this one, I would want to see Yamsen kind of consider a quicker Shard than most TAs. We've seen some TAs pick it up after 2 items, maybe the usual 3-item buildup of Blink, Dragonlance, and then you can kind of sneak it in on the Shard if need be, as the timing for, say, Void Spirit Ags is a little bit slower. Taking a gander at that mid, though, again, this should be a little bit more of a challenging lane for Puck. You don't have too much to use Puckish with. You've got good control with the Aether Remnant later on, good durability, good right-click animation for RCY to just leverage his position, especially if he can work his way into a little bit of a quick brown boot. We have seen Puck kind of struggle with melee matchups where you can just kind of run down and get some good damage, as you're seeing here for GPK very early on already. Oh! Something to expect every single time.
And we get the Poogie straight off the bat, the crying Poogie, in fact, from RCY. A bit of a Filipino toxicity coming out from our NA brethren. Of course, as the panel said, and as you and I know very well, John, GPK, I mean, this is, you know, definitely his best hero, the Puck, one of the best Pucks in the world, if not the best Puck in the world, and certainly not going to be an easy matchup whatsoever here for GamerLegion. How are the side lanes gone? I can only wonder here between BetBoom and GamerLegion. I mean, maybe we look at the top lane, perhaps, where you could see Yamsun on the TA with your boy Speed against Miero and Save. Not a bad lane whatsoever for GamerLegion. I could see some aggression coming out very, very soon, especially at that level 2 mark for the Jakiro. At the same time, Miero probably won't have the most difficulty. Perhaps you'd have to try for Save if you want to kill.
Yeah, I think the question here for Miero is, are you going to go full farm or are you going to try to get some Pit of Malice in? Because if you're wanting to go full farm, you go 3-0-2, skip the Pit of Malice if you're not expecting a kill, but that just cuts down your potential to actually hold down and maybe bully Yamsen if he overextends.
Were those 4-to-1 odds?
It did look like it. And again, this is BetBoom, right? And GamerLegion, you know, just like Southeast Asia, North America hasn't had the best of times, Mikey. The 2 regions you and I have casted in our career have not have the best of times, but GamerLegion, you know, they're around here. It's day 3, it's the final day of groups, and they've got an opportunity. They are the underdogs, for sure.
I mean, absolutely. BetBoom's certainly the much better team. There's no 2 ways about that based off results, but I'll be frank, I'd probably take those odds, John.
Oh, yeah.
4-to-1's not too bad. I don't think GamerLegion's that behind.
No.
I think just people underestimating the potential from these boys at the moment. Obviously, they do have to prove themselves, though, in all fairness. Bottom lane is the one we haven't quite looked at yet, although RCY getting aggressive will miss the Aether Remnant onto GPK. GPK starting to get a little bit more aggressive here in the mid lane as the Puck, but as you kind of expect based off the hero matchup, RCY is certainly ahead right now in terms of CS as GPK casually just walking into the Aether Remnant there for a moment, and RCY more than happily getting aggressive once again.
Yeah, I like seeing this from RCY. Taking complete control of the mid, 15-7. The denies are really key, slowing down this timing into 6 for GPK. But GPK is not doing too bad anyhow. Still managing with EXP, a little bit of action down bot, not quite enough to kill off here on Big Num. And this is the last lane we haven't talked about. You were very happy to see the Fade Lycan for good reason. You know, from all those times casting NA, his Lycan has been one of the best heroes, or one of his best heroes that we've seen so far. The matchup in lane isn't the most pleasing for Lycan, of course, having to play with Disruptor with his Glimpse combination with the Barrage, some AoE clear as well from Kirtich. He is having free farm, as you'd expect the Gyrocopter in this matchup. But so long as Fade has his triangle and right side jungle, that's where things can start to build up for this Lycan. It will take some time investment though. That's the key thing for GamerLegion. Again, it kind of hinges on RCY and to an extent Yamsen having a bit of a better time to buy that space for the Lycan to just sit there, AFK farm, get the Dominator into Overlord, and then start to have some impact. So far in the lane, again, it's not going to be pleasant for Fade. You're going to have to cede a lot of ground to Kirtich, and that's scary, because Kirtich knows what to do with these timings on the Gyrocopter.
Oh, he certainly does, Kirtich. Having a great old time already here on the Gyro. Certainly something to think about here for GamerLegion. Yamsen about 5 CS behind the Gyro as we speak. Of course, Mira on save. They have not given up any lives. In fact, nobody has thus far, though as I say, that save going to take a lot of damage from Speed. My goodness. Blood grenade to land. Save, trying to run, but first blood will go the way of Yamsen. My apologies to BetBoom for the caster curse.
Yeah, that's one more factor that probably doesn't have a good statistic. It's Fade.
He's going to find Fade. Very nice.
Evening it out, maybe a bit of a happier trade. I mean, you get that first blood bonus on Yamsen, you're fairly pleased. Miero not safe.
No, certainly not. Bignum going to go down. Miero looked like he was in a bit of trouble top lane. He's alright, as GPK, more importantly, was dropping low, but he will also be able to jaunt out with the orb. Though the CS between the two, RCY and GPK, is about 10 CS difference now. And again, this is just purely based on the hero matchup. It is a very unfavorable matchup for the puck, but RCY certainly showing that he should not be underestimated.
And this is some good timing to force out GPK as well into that window of the first power rune. You're getting the free EXP. You can try to shove out the wave afterwards as well.
Miero.
Set up.
He's having a really rough time now. Speed just showing how absolutely broken Jakiro can be. And certainly Speed not even going for the ice path. This is something we have been seeing from other players where they'll end up going for the 1 and then they'll go 104 or 114 Kataomi. In trouble, RCY. Not going to be able to finish off the job. Save even showing up now as well. Off the power room, but RCY does end up getting the shield root anyway. So happy days for him. Meanwhile, Miero in huge trouble. And this is what I was just talking about, John. If you want to dominate the lane, forget about Ice Path, go level 2 Jewel Breath, you get the value with the double damage. And as you're seeing, Miero can't really sustain himself any longer. And as I was saying earlier, the other build is you just go level 1 Jewel Breath and max out the Liquid Frost and whatever else and the Ice Path. But I still feel like if you just want to outright win the lane, you should go for the value in Jewel Breath.
Yeah, no, I think this is the way to go for the most part. Especially into melee matchups. A 2-0-3 build-up into 6 is just insane. Maybe you go for the value point now. 2-1-2 is not bad. It's a little bit of a compromise, but having some play with Macro Pyre can be big. Some action on the Shrines of Wisdom. Bignum snags his. Speed tries.
Speed does try, but it looks like he's going to have to give up his life for this one. And he will go down. Save. Able to take a nice little pick off for himself. Does pick up the Shrine of Wisdom. Happy days for BetBoom as we sit at 3-2 with a very slight net worth lead. The way of GamerLegion. But a nice even game thus far. I will say, in absolute fairness to BetBoom, based on the hero matchups, GamerLegion should be winning the laning stage.
That they should be. It does feel like, again, for the side of BetBoom, they managed to slow down Fades long enough. Like, this Lycan lane has really not amounted to any sort of pressure. Having a slower time than Miero, who was always under threat of dying. Lycan really just not having that laning presence until more items, more levels are up. And, you know, you can't go for the cheeky combination, say, with the cookie to try to pin heroes down. At the least, they have this triangle stack being built up. So you have some good recovery farm to go into here. If you'd want to feed that to the Lycan, chances are you'll just force feed it onto Yamsen and get that acceleration into the Dragonlance Desolator Blink into that shard. That is, again, pivotal here if you want to have any shot at holding down GPK beyond the Ags timing of RCY. So far, so good. You are happy enough just, again, playing this farming game on the side of BetBoom, but also GamerLegion as well are probably pretty glad because, again, Lycan needs time, TA needs a little bit of time. The Void Spirit can start to get work done. RCY has been sitting at level 7 for a while with a free Urn of Shadows up. Just no opportunities to connect just yet. A very quick earn as well, compared to the averages we've seen.
Absolutely. Another kind of indication that they just want to play very quick. That earn to the Spirit Vessel build up for the Void Spirit. Very effective if you do get off to a quick start. Props to Kiritich, of course. Still top of the net worth board right now on the Gyrocopter. See GamerLegion trying to take some stacks here for RCY. I wonder at what point RCY will opt to try and go for an Ags up, especially considering you really just don't have lockdown for GPK this game.
Yeah.
Seems like it's going to be a very important pickup for RCY, but we'll see when he does try to prioritize it.
I wouldn't mind, say, finishing up the Spirit Vessel into a Manta first into your Ags. You do need a way of trying to juke around some of this control. There's some AoE control threat as well later on with a Pit of Malice that Mero can have, and the silence, of course, from GPK. If he gets on top of you first, is going to be a nuisance for RCY. So maybe one sort of dispel item like the Manta on hand before considerations into that Ags. But as that Ags timing slows down, it just feels freer and freer for GPK to do what he wants in that puck. And at the least, certain other timings are coming in here for GamerLegion. They've got that Dominator up and Fade. Neither side has really contested the triangle. And we saw some camp stacks, statistics a while ago. It has been relatively even between both sides, so...
RCY, Karaomi, gonna go down. GPK also in a spot of danger right now. Again, they don't really have great lockdown, but they have body blocks. They have an Aether Remnant. GPK, what kind of jaunt was that, GPK?
Huh?
It was a bit short. Macropire dropped. They'll keep the vision up with the Wolves. GPK, he's trying to get out. Can he make it? He cannot. RCY going for more now. Save can do nothing but watch himself die. And I will say, this is another thing I do like that we didn't talk about, John, the Fade Lycan.
Yeah.
When we casted NATPC, one thing I remember, Fade Lycan, very, very annoying.
That it is, and again, he was given the space to just catch up. There was no invasions into that triangle, no invasions into the right side jungle. So you had a lot of room to just play recovery, avoid that lane into Kiritich, and just run and do what they need to. Speed, getting ganged up.
A lot of commitment for speed. We'll see if they can turn this into a tower push of some sort. I believe they do have a siege creep on the way, so they could think about it. GamerLegion, though, looks like they're going to go for a hunt for Kiritich. RCY and Bignum, they'll run directly south. Kiritich is farming that bottom side of the map. And he's a bit of a sitting duck right now because you know they can't TP. Kiritich, he'll get run into. He's got no choice but to try and fight this one out, though. They'll jump him. Kiritich, here comes the help. Save has made it in time. The Static Storm holding down RCY, and RCY is indeed going to go down. No TPs necessary. They just read the map movement of GamerLegion. Fade could only watch in wolf form, as unfortunately Bignum will be left behind.
And that just offsets that strong turnaround from GamerLegion, and now you have to be a little bit concerned with bleeding out in the map. Yes, you're buying space for Yamson, but again, the triangle, it's being efficiently cleared out and stacked up by BetBoom every single time. They don't really commit TPs when you have to move around, as long as you have the Fiend's Gate as well. I believe some of that movement, at the very least the movement of Miero, didn't cost a TP. So you're free to respond to these deeper ganks quite openly on the side of BetBoom. For GamerLegion, a little bit optimistic. That's going to slow down RCY just a tad bit. He's still getting progression into that Spirit Vessel. But one has to wonder now, how long's the Manta going to take? How long's the Ag's going to take? And can that still connect at the moment where, you know, you can make use of this early vulnerability that the puck does have? Because when it comes down to these wider engagements, I mean, BetBoom just has all this AoE control. Pit of Malice with Static Storm, with Kinetic Field. Even the call down is going to be massive as well into all of that, with a Dream Coil on top to stop Fade from running around. It becomes kind of harder and harder to play as they find Fade.
Very nice. The TP's coming in as well. Can they get there in time? They cannot. Very quick thinking from Fade. They did not have the TP cancel. And Miero gonna have to throw out the Rift. Won't mind too much, not that big of a deal, but BetBoom certainly keeping GamerLegion on their toes here in this game one.
That they are. All things considered, even with GamerLegion dropping, say, RCY earlier on, the net worth has been relatively even, right? And for BetBoom, that's still a really good point to be at, considering how quick GamerLegion wants this game to go. At the same time, you know, it's not like pressure's coming onto Yamsen. It's all the action has been pretty much across the map. You're not able to really invade just yet in the side of BetBoom. GamerLegion are, again, happy enough to secure all of the space for Yamsen. Desolator's not too far off now into that blink into the Shard. And that's where concerns can start to come in.
RCY going to get jumped by a Dream Coil. Bignum's going to be there, though they will glimpse him back into the Static Storm. Very nice setup, though. No! The tree plant! Oh, RCY almost making it. The tree plant to get out of the kinetic field. I mean, they're thinking, Jonathan.
Oh, yeah.
It would have been really nice if he made it out. He does not, though. They'll still secure.
Oh, man. It takes so much commitment to at least find that. So, you know, you've got a minute 10 where you're free from the clutches of Static Storm. You can see that why RCY, or why Yopaj praised RCY back when he was on Shopify in one of those qualifier losses. He was like, yeah, RCY is a really good player. He finds all of these small plays, you know, and that pushback is very specific as well in positioning. So, doesn't quite pan out, but, you know, they're doing their best here in GamerLegion. Still, BetBoom.
Didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah.
I didn't even know.
It's a very specific push as well. Like, it's not, I think most people would struggle to do it consistently.
Right.
It's
not me, though.
Yeah, not you, Mike.
Not me.
You'd find it every single time. You've got a game on Void Spirit where you're like 20-0-20, you know? You're a perfect person.
I am,
perfect
John.
player.
Thank you, John. This is what I need to hear from my wife. Miero, what's happened here? Having a discussion.
I see.
Miero?
Looking a bit tense.
What's happened here? Miero, relax. Someone get him a massage or something.
Are we monitoring?
We're monitoring Miero.
Yeah.
I'm not.
It's fine. He's chilling out, right? Like, that's Underlord. There's nothing to be excited about, Miero. You're chilling. That's the face of an Underlord player,
He's
Mike.
pressing a few too many keys, I think.
Yeah, to
Miero.
be fair. This year has, like, what? One spell that you really spam out and one pivotal spell and Pit. Maybe.
He's just
maybe
alt-tabbing.
as well.
Just constantly alt-tabbing.
He's not playing against Necrophos, old Necrophos, where you're gone for 2 minutes. You got to open up YouTube, watch a short.
Oh, I missed
We didn't even have YouTube Shorts back in that day, right? It didn't even exist.
Oh, don't take me back, John. The good old days. Before the brain rot came in.
Or the rot sets. Bit of a sneaky smoke from our supports, probably just to plant some vision. Some good vision being set up into the triangle here from the side of BetBoom. So at least they can start to keep track of these stacks when they're cleared out. But I do feel like you're, again, still really happy in GamerLegion. Uncontested
Again?
on Hampton, again on mid.
They're going to try another time. RCY, can he find a way out? No, the Ice Path, it is not, or rather the Ice Path from Speed. They'll get the glimpse back. Static Storm again, and RCY not going to make it. The BetBoom doing the right thing, just ensuring this Void Spirit does not have a game. And certainly RCY sitting in very low net worth now. Okay, we kind of talked about this. This is the one answer you're going to have for GPK later on. And they are just ensuring that the answer just never comes.
No. I mean, the Spirit Vessel timing was good. The Urn timing was really fast, but it stalled out. He can't even consider something like, say, the Manta. That Puck Silence is just ruining him. If he's not getting to jump in first for RCY, he is a sitting duck. That combination from miles away with Disruptor is just so easy to connect for the side of BetBoom. And that's the gaping hole they're blowing open right now. And GamerLegion just without this Void Spirit ready to go, or, you know, if the Void Spirit's just caught out, you don't really have saves on the side of GamerLegion. You don't have that disruption in your end. You don't have, say, an Aphotic Shield to dispel. You are just kind of stuck in the middle. And BetBoom understand that. They're playing off of GPK, who, again, laning start, not amazing here for our Puck this game. But he's done fantastic work to just bully out, identify this target in RCY, and now start to widen this lead. A 3K advantage coming in, only Yamsen finding farm. RCY and Fade making massive sacrifices just to ensure the TA investment starts to come on. And you do have that blink coming in. The Shard next is going to be big. Chances are, though, for Yamsen, you will still have to wait for your BKB. It is just not a safe game for him to kind of full commit without his own debuff immunity. So you're stalling out for a little bit longer here on GamerLegion. At least, again, you have your triangle, but the wards are still there. No one's. It's right outside the sentry that they planted here in GamerLegion as well. So there's always an opportunity on BetBoom to continue with that aggression. And even with all of that farm on Yamsen here, Mikey, the auras are coming in from Yarrow already. Pipes up, Crimson Guard not too far off. that damage might not come out as quickly as you'd want to in the middle of these engagements. Once these timings are up for GamerLegion, you'd expect it to be, you know, nice, clean fights, but it's going to get a little bit more complicated with your position in the game so far.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, with BetBoom, they are not making this game easy whatsoever. Certainly a pretty challenging game already for GamerLegion. 3-man smoke now up from BetBoom. They'll head over to the eastern side of the map, see if they can infiltrate that dire triangle. Fade and Speed are around the area. There could be a very nice kill onto Fade. Speed ready to tank the gank if necessary. BetBoom, they do head south instead. And it seems like Speed will indeed be the sacrificial lamb. Although no, he breaks the smoke and that'll be all she wrote. They don't see him and they don't jump him. Maybe they just wait patiently for Fade as Miero's going to show up now. The value play. Just wait for the better target.
Yep.
Fade's going to show up. Miero, he gets the Pit of Malice. Ice Path is going to be out from Speed, but surely Fade has no way out of this. He does have Wolf form, but it doesn't seem like he'll bother. So they will just glimpse him back anyway. And so a very nice pickup from BetBoom.
I mean, there's just no play on the side of GamerLegion. Not much you can really...
Oh, they're reading this, John. Look at it. They read the movement. GamerLegion, they know it's a trap.
Oh.
It's a trap. Miero's the one through
They
first.
still go through.
Oh, no!
They still went through.
Oh, no! Oh! Oh, no! That's not how to do it, boys!
Oh.
That's not how you do it!
God.
Save!
What?
What?
I mean, all right, you know, one person dying, Miero dying is fine. Maybe the supports come in, you
What?
try to drop Static Storm. The timing of Speed to get that perfect ice
Oh,
bath
my...
on top. I mean, that's just a gift. That's a gimme from BetBoom. They want to make it a little bit more exciting. Maybe they expected Miero to be a little bit tankier. Maybe they expected him to clump around the gate, around the Static Storm more, but GamerLegion was just at the right spot at the right time. Oh, you gotta love North American Dota, Mike.
Oh, yeah, I do. I do. Look at this. Maybe they really did think Miero, but the ice path from Speed, the 4-man.
Disgusting.
Into the macro pyre. Oh, it's broken, Jonathan. Absolutely broken.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's worth a Game Leap sub right there.
Oh,
Good old
I've
Speed.
already subbed, Jonathan.
I will say, okay, to be fair to BetBoom, they did just see Speed down below. Maybe they didn't expect that he would TP up top, join his team there. You know, that's not a move that's really completely obvious when you just kick things off. But again, GamerLegion, they even out the game.
GPK. GPK. Let's be careful here, GPK.
Oh. There's that timing.
Uh-oh.
TA shard.
Uh-oh.
You have to be so careful.
You know, John, you and I, we talked about this. And you asked me, you said, Michael,
Yes.
what are the odds
Yeah.
that a team like GamerLegion could tilt out BetBoom? And I said, Jonathan, you know the answer. I think there's a good chance. Now, BetBoom's got to calm down.
Yeah.
They've got to calm down. There are a couple errors being made here and there. They're still the better team.
Yes.
But now they're 2K behind GamerLegion.
That they are. And again, key timings. I mean, this Desolator was pretty fresh on Yamson. Now it's already at 10 charges of damage. The Shard's going to do a ton of work. This is the scary moment for the side of BetBoom. Even RCY is just suddenly has the goal to go into the full Ags. Like, he's one part away on this Void Spirit after dying a couple of times mid, after being, again, that sacrificial lamb of a core along with Fade. Yeah, his net worth is still relatively low, but he's getting the key items they'll need. He'll just need maybe one defensive item, and you have a fight here from GamerLegion. BetBoom, I mean, they're still getting all of this investment up on Kirtich. He's got the BKB. They're sneaking around with a smoke. They've got some damage coming in. They'd want to try to secure Roche. They know this is a timing
Bignum.
where Yamson would think about it.
Oh, glimpse back knock. Gonna work out in their favor at all. Bignum, he's still gonna die, although I say that TP away, he won't make it. He will not make it. They will secure at least the support. BKB now up on Yamson. And BetBoom. They're finding these kills, but that was a 5-man for Bignum.
Yeah.
That's a 5-man. Yamson, he's had a free game this whole time. Got tried for Roshan though. This will make it worth it. If they can get away with it for free, which I believe they will, because it does not seem like GamerLegion are interested in trying to fight, Yamson will scout out with the trap. They are not grouped up enough though. Unless Yamson wants to be a Giga Chat. I don't think he will, though.
No. Unfortunately. Maybe if you had speed a little bit closer with Ice Path to follow through from that vision.
Oh, Wolves?
Oh, no denying.
No. Kiritic, understanding they could be coming in, takes it immediately. 3-man smoke from GamerLegion.
This is the Ags for RCY up, though. Could be a little bit scary. Yeah, 2 lives on your gyro is insane, but...
Uh-oh. Kiritic, you just got
no.
the Aegis.
Ooh.
Save will save. Disruption's going to be there. They've also got the Fiend's Gate coming in. And he's going to be all right. But now GamerLegion keeping BetBoom on their toes in this game, number 1.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Such an even game.
Who is the better team? I wonder.
It comes down to execution now, right? Like, it's a even at work. Theoretically, that's better for BetBoom because, again, you're playing with this lineup that is expected to be a little bit behind at this point. GamerLegion still finding the fight. It's just a matter of who gets their control pieces off first, who gets the better AoE catch, who gets silenced up first. Does GPK get caught out first or RCY? There's no defensive items on our mids. You know, it's just a matter of getting that first jump in and getting the better jump in overall. Neither side going to make that easy. GamerLegion, of course, playing into the Aegis might complicate matters as well, as you have to be extra concerned about Kiritic. And you do at least have some mitigating factors coming in here for BetBoom. Full aura already up on Miero. You don't quite have, I mean, you're not expecting aura gameplay here from Fade. He does have himself a nullifier to help just take care of some of those barriers that can come in at the very least. And it does look like for BetBoom, even with the Aegis, they're going to have to play it a little bit slower. BKB for GPK is going to be big, and he's not too far off from it. So maybe that's the timing where you start to get that connection with your gyro. You're like, yeah, all right, 2 lives, BKB on puck, they have no way of stopping me, and you just start to get going from there. But it's just going to have to wait just a tad bit more for that timing to be here.
Absolutely. Still a very even game. Bottom, RCY trying for the tree plant. This time will not get it off. Dreamcore's still going to lock him down. RCY trying to buy some time. In fact, they will glimpse him back. He will still dissimulate RCY. No Astral Step charges for another 5, but he has a haste room. GPK chasing the Fiend's Gate. RCY still running. Astral Step's available. He's out of there. He's out of there. Surely the TP. Oh, he's made it. Oh, I'm too old. I'm gonna retire. I'm too old.
Francis Fundamera, that young mid, just dancing around. That's a lot of time and space, man. That's Fiend's Gate down. That's the coil down, not the longest cooldown. The gate much more impactful. And again, it's just allowing this arms race to build up. You're gonna get the full Daedalus in Yamsen. You've got the Daedalus in Kiritic. You're walking through, or at least riding through, this Aegis timing nicely. You've got the split push threat ready from Fade with the micro on mid. Just slowly applying pressure across the map, along with speed as well, helping out with that liquid fire. But they are playing nicely in GamerLegion, right? Like, maybe not the early game. Again, maybe they don't find that tempo they'd want from the lanes, but this mid game has been looking pretty good coming out in terms of execution. Purely raw execution as well from GamerLegion here.
It's a fantastic game 1 already, I might add, Jonathan. A lot of entertainment here between these two sides. And these are my favorite kind of games because I love when people underestimate NA. I really, really enjoy it. It's really not that bad of a region. And, you know, the greatest thing is with this team, and I hate to say it, John.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but this is an actual North American team. I mean,
Hey.
It is.
Hey.
It is.
What are you saying?
You know exactly what I'm saying.
What are you saying about my boys in Shopify Rebellion?
I never mentioned anyone else, John.
You know, the Filipino Americans don't count. The Filipino Canadians don't count anymore, huh?
That's
your moment.
That's your implication, John, not mine.
They're doing.
I mean,
great,
these boys, they reek of patriotism, Jonathan.
Yeah, when we saw Yamsen, he had a lot of patriotic memories.
I shook Speed's hand. There was like a falcon on his shoulder. I couldn't believe it. Bald eagle. Unbelievable.
Well, that bald eagle better start getting to the defense. With the remaining time on the Aegis, they're just looking to siege onto Tier 2s. They're avoiding, again, quite nicely in GamerLegion. Aegis only amounting to 1 Tier 2 plus a Tier 1 bot. Not the biggest deal in the world. And they are, again, applying some nice pressure. Tier 2 bot taken by the side of GamerLegion in exchange. So all things evening out. Now it's just a matter of, can you start to get these BKB timings in your mid? And you already have yours in GPK. RCY is still about 700 gold off. So, again, there's a slight advantage coming in here for BetBoom. they've not been able to really actualize that advantage in an engagement yet. Perhaps now, with GamerLegion forcing out a smoke, they can start to use some of these tools up.
Oh, Yamson, he's got the Daedalus up. I mean, someone could just get... Oh, Kiritich. Not Kiritich. Fade's baiting. Fade's baiting.
Oh!
It's a trap. It was all a trap.
Melts.
He just melts. Karaomi save. They will go down. Yamson is absolutely huge. And this is what I'm saying. You don't underestimate Fade's Lycan.
No.
You don't do that, right?
No, not against this guy.
He's... I was about to say he's the master. You know what I was going to say, John. He baited them, Jonathan. It was a master.
Hey, he's not baking, okay? He's not a master baker. That's exclusive to my
That
dad's
is an
home.
actual bakery in
Yes, it is.
Zamboanga.
They've got really good cheese bread.
Master
Sad I
Bake.
didn't let you try some.
That's
Your
good.
visit next time.
I would have loved the cheese bread from the Master Bake Shop in the Philippines in Zamboanga, Jonathan.
Yes, in Zamboanga.
Where your dad's from.
Yeah, we're a long ways from Zamboanga, but we're closer to that ancient Tier 3 under pressure here from the side of GamerLegion. And like we were saying, it's all a matter of who gets the jump first. Very equal in terms of itemization, very equal in the tools you have on hand. It is looking a lot simpler for GamerLegion to execute on that control. You know, like RCY has multiple ways in and out. You could argue the same thing for GPK. The one thing now for BetBoom that I want to see is Miero and his Ags. He's queuing it up. He's trying to get that farm. But Pit of Malice on the gate could be the way to break up these engagements. That's the one thing that can catch you by surprise, get some good positioning out from the side of
Big
BetBoom,
man.
slow down these fights.
Oh no, GPK. He'll blink up to the north. He's all right. He's okay. I get so worried. Poor old GPK. He's got the Ags up now at the very least, even if he did die.
Yeah.
He's out of there. The Ags. See if it makes a big difference here. I mean, the big concern you have right now as BetBoom is the fact that all the farms on Yams. You get rid of this TA, the game's over. I mean, the fight's over, I should say.
It would be.
But you've got to find a way to kill Yams. This man, he's at that one or two shot territory now.
And he is. This is the big moment for the TA. You know, around that mid-game tempo timing, you've got the charges on your Deso. You do a ton of output as well. You get the free shard up for speed. Pretty massive for him to find as Fade takes that solo. Has to pop the BKB just to be safe. But now even Liquid Fire plus Liquid Frost on top, if you jump someone, just an insane amount of output that can come in. And a 10k advantage for GamerLegion. Keeping things spicy here as BetBoom. They're kind of pushed back against the wall. And it just feels like they're not able to capitalize on their own jump potential. Like what we were seeing earlier on those movements mid, you kind of want to keep doing that, right? Like look for a hero farming the jungle, get some wards out a little bit further out, play with Glimpse, play with his potential on your puck. The GamerLegion have not been giving them these opportunities. They've been happy to farm on their side of the map. And they've not been really showing too far forward in the lanes. And the next flashpoint has to be this Roshan. 30 seconds left until it's back up. And if GamerLegion get control on Rosh number 2, that high ground possibility becomes much, much simpler. And this is a very fast Roshan as well with the TA on hand.
Well, hold on. I've got to know as well. I mean, we saw earlier 4-1 odds. What are the odds now?
I would like to
What are the odds right now? I've got to see.
be very fascinating indeed. As I think GamerLegion are upsetting quite a fair bit here.
Smoke up. 4-man smoke, in fact. GamerLegion. What, really?
Oh,
Wow, still very close. Okay.
favoring GamerLegion.
Very stubborn.
There you go.
Fair enough. Miero, jump in. They're going to go after the Underlord, and he's really not that tanky anymore. The Ice Path, it'll lock him down. Miero, he gets the Crimson Pipe off. He's still alive thanks to the disruption of save, but surely not for long. Meanwhile, RCY, he's stuck right now on the tree line. BKB out. They've got Kiritich. They've got the Gyrocopter. Kiritich!
Again!
He's gone. GPK. He's got to get out of there.
Oh, that's just Roshan open. The Satanic, he had it. There's nothing really mitigating. Maybe that early BKB usage affecting him with still the charges up in the Spirit Vessel, so he's not able to sustain through. Just some heads-up plays again from the side of GamerLegion. And I thought they'd need to find bigger targets. Miero took so long to die, but they also just stream in slowly on BetBoom. It's RCY holding them off on the left side. Again, forcing some attention out, buying space for Yamson and Fade to get their positioning up. It looks awkward when he's stuck, but they just get control. Look at this.
There's no damage.
No.
Kiritich, I thought with the Daedalus up, there's going to be some damage. There's no damage. I mean, RCY, he was standing there for a solid 5 seconds tanking hits from the gyrocopter. Nothing happened.
No? And again, it's just down to how disruptive RCY was in that fight. In comparison to GPK, GPK is not jumping the backline in that engagement.
Oh, they saw GPK. They saw him. RCY, how do you initiate this one? Save's there to save. Jump in onto the Disruptor, or rather, the Shadow Demon instead. Yamsun, though, he will cut off the puck, but they'll go after Save. Go for the easy one, and that they will. GPK going to be perfectly fine, thanks to Save doing his job.
Yeah.
Tanking the gank here for him.
Gets the bailout, get a little bit more farm, trying to work into his own nullifier on that puck. But again, the big difference really just how these tool pieces are moving. The side of BetBoom are forced to respond to RCY because of him getting that jump in first. Imagine a world where BetBoom starts the fight and GPK is the one jumping the back line, causing havoc for Speed, causing havoc for Bignum, leashing down Fade.
Kiritich is alone. He's going to be cautious. They can go through the twin gates. Fade's already there. Fade's going to keep tabs as well. Kiritich, he has to know. Did he notice? Did he notice he got blocked for a moment? They're coming. Kiritich, run. Kiritich, don't chase the creep. It's bait, Kiritich. We've gone over this. Oh, boy. Right. Yeah. These carry players just can't help themselves, Jonathan. They can't help themselves. They see a creep and they drool, Jonathan. They get so excited.
That's just so curious because I am pretty certain he noticed himself getting body blocked.
He should have.
Because he was moving around a little bit more. It's like, all right, he got body blocked. He saw the creep. Maybe he didn't feel threatened by Fade alone, but considering what just happened top towards Save, he should have realized maybe movement across. Some big punishment coming out from GamerLegion. They still hold onto the Aegis for 3 minutes. They clear off the last tier 2 tower as well. And now the fun can begin onto the high ground. Nullifier up for GPK is good. It's nice. It can hold things back, but whether or not it's enough, it's really just down to getting that jump to the back line.
Well, they've got the Aghanim Scepter as well on Miero. I think that's going to be a big item pickup here for the side of BetBoom. It might be a little bit late, though. They're onto the tier 3 tower now. It felt like you needed this maybe a few minutes ago just to ensure that you can allow your team to get away from these very awkward ganks from GamerLegion. There goes your tier 3 tower. Yamsun still completely uncontested on this TA. A perfect game for him thus far. There goes one range barracks. How do you stop this? Save. He's going to jump in with the disruption. Get some TA illusions for yourself. Yamsun, though, playing very carefully. Still has the Roshan banner. Kiritich, be careful. Jump in. RCY forces the BKB up from GPK very early on. Do they commit? I think if you're GamerLegion, you commit for this. BKB's gone from the puck. He's a sitting duck now for this next fight. They're slowing down Yamsun once again. Yamsun thinking about it. He's not 100% sure. They'll go bottom instead. Set up for another tier 3 tower. BetBoom holding, at least for now. But Yamsun doing the work. A save, going to jump in, and now RCY threatening. Mortimer's kisses to fly in. It's a bit of an early fight, though. Not really the one they wanted, but Save is going to die. It's worth it. No buyback on Save. GamerLegion, they can continue. No reason to retreat.
No.
There's no buyback as well in a lot of these calls, John. If BetBoom lose Kiritich, it could... Oh, Kiritich! Be careful! Oh, he's gone. What? No buyback. They're going to jump Yamsun, but it's over.
All right.
It is over.
Mike, I posed that question earlier. You raised it up again. Would BetBoom be a little bit tilted? That looked a little bit, I'll be frank, it looked a little bit tilty.
People always get upset with me, John.
Yeah.
They always get upset. They go, this MLP guy, he talks too much. He's bringing up odds. I'm trying to make people money.
Yeah.
I'm telling you when it's an easy 4-1 odd. I'm telling you. Take
PGL Wallachia Season 6 with our commentary duo, John and Mike.
Thank you so much, Shiva. Game number 2 is where we're at. GamerLegion currently 1 game away from proceeding through to the playoffs of Wallachia Season 6, and of course, BetBoom currently holding on, Jonathan. They've got to pull off this game too, otherwise they are eliminated.
Yeah, a little bit of a shocking circumstance for BetBoom to be in for sure. A little bit fascinating as well to get GPK on a Viper coming out. Not the most winning hero, despite this hero being a major winner in lanes. I'm curious to see how much he can get out from a Nature's Prophet. This might just end up being a farm lane, which I would say RCY is going to be really happy about. as we heard the panel talk about it, as we heard Gunnar say, there's a lot of ways to rotate as the NP in this game. So you get that early start, you're happy. RCY is maybe exposing himself a bit, but they're not just going to jump. Looks like we're going to get an even 2-for-2 in the bounties. I will say as well, seeing Warlock come out is always... I mean, look, in DK lane, it's going to be fine. You're going to sustain. They actually get an extra bounty rune with a little bit of a steal from Fade, so a nice little additional start here for the side of GamerLegion.
What are you implying, John? You don't like Warlock?
No, I'm a Warlock player. It's just Black Grimoire. Best facet in the game.
I mean, dude, if Speed's got it, I mean, it must be broken. It's absolutely broken.
I mean, it's just that it should be the innate. They should move Eldritch Summoning back to Upheaval and give another facet. You know, just have Warlock actually have a facet that's interesting. Alchemist has interesting facets, you know, speaking of someone with boring facets with seed money. Still, we're watching those lanes. And in the mid lane, GPK goes for the Corrosive Skin. He's likely just going to go Nether Toxin. He's going to be playing in that jungle. RCY doesn't care. He's going to farm. He's got Nature's Prophet, which we tend to be seeing nowadays on the mids looking for those rotations. Probably the most boring lane on mid. This is not something that's going to inspire a lot of excitement here early on, at the very least. Maybe you get some opportunities in the side lanes where things can be more active. Up top, you've got Kiritic on his Jug once more with this combination with Kataomi on that Shakir, which is devastating. It's just trying to go up against the Centaur might be a little bit tougher.
Oh.
They mistimed their combo here, Bignum and Fade. Does happen.
I think he was just trying to secure the range creep anyway. But Bignum just ensuring that it can't get denied by Kiritic. Kataomi, very nice pull on the large cap. Of course, Kiritic, pretty rough game last game around. Obviously, had a good start with the Gyrocopter, but unfortunately for him, Yamson had a much better start, and turns out TA just kind of deletes you if she has a lot more net worth.
Yep.
What kind of build are you expecting for the Viper as well? Like, our panel was talking about it, and they did want to see... In fact, there we go. You don't even need to answer that question. I was going to say this is the kind of lane you probably should value the poison attack. Panel said the exact same thing, and it seems as though GPK does also agree.
And that's a good way to go about it. You're bullying out RCY. It's not just the farming lane. No, it's going to be a little bit harder to get the levels for the early teleportation here on RCY to start feeding off of Nature's Prophet. So you're happy enough. This will cut off your jungle farm, but you don't necessarily want to be a jungle farming Viper anyway. You want to crush lanes, apply some pressure, work the map, and so far already looking good for GPK. At least early on, having some of that action coming out. Last lane we haven't taken a gander at is that bot lane for Yamson, which probably is the most boring lane there is to exist. Warlock, DK, a lane that just won't die up against an Axe that can threaten with save and his long-range poke. It is just another bit of a static lane, I'd say. It should just lead to some free farm coming out for Yamson, but you shouldn't also be out of EXP range here for Miero. So he's going to be able to soak up as much as he'd want, get that initial build-up he'd want as well, and you're just kind of happy. Again, it's pretty much farmy lanes here outside of maybe top with a lot more skirmishes so far.
Yamson bottom lane. Not too bad of a time so far. Bignum, top lane, is going to get taken down. Obviously a very strong laning duo here between Kiritic and Kataomi with the Jug Jakiro. And they will indeed start punishing top lane already. Nice performance so far from BetBoom.
Yep, and that's what you want to see, right? Like, this is your strongest lane up top, the most active lane outside of Viper bullying mid. And you'd want to see some punishment going, because there is damage that can come in from Fade, sure. The double-edged threat is real. It's just, early on, the damage isn't really great in comparison to what you'd be trading back with Kataomi standing behind. I do love what Miero is doing as well. Pulling the creep wave into a camp, getting a lot of farm and EXP solo up top, though.
They're going to try for Kataomi. RCY double hoof stop out as well. Kataomi going to go down, though. Kiritic will go for the bigger play. He wants RCY. Can they protect him? The Tame the Beast does nothing. RCY still alive, still running the deny. RCY gives him nothing. And Kiritic will be unable to do the same. You know what that is, John? That's salt in the wound. That is salt in the wound, Jonathan.
But it is. I mean, you're still stuck respawning for a while. It's a very free time mid.
My favorite voice
You get
line.
speed coming out here as well.
That's my favorite.
Absolute best. And you're still happy enough to get some of these wins on the side of BetBoom, but RCY is not going to mind too much. You know, like, GPK is getting free space to shove in that mid lane, as a Viper would. but you've done your job. You've disrupted top, you've slowed down Kiritich and his build-up into, you know, power treads into Battle Fury, and you've taken some of that pressure off of Fade. So you're feeling happy enough. The bot lane, again, is going to be the most static lane, as they'll try again up top.
Bignum is going to go down. Oh, disruption. It's going to buy time. Won't make a difference. Bignum will die. Kiritich, he'll pick up another nice pick-off. Happy days for him. Meanwhile, RCY did get Viper Strike, but he does TP out. Props to GPK, though. 30 and 14 on the CS board. Pushing in the T1 tower by himself, having a very good game. Again, he did go for the poison attack build somewhat, you know, the 2-2-1. I like it. Yep. He's doing a great job here, GPK.
And this is what you want to see from your Viper. RCY has not had a game in terms of CS. 13-1. Just been very active on the map, having to look top and really not able to stay in that lane. Might have to keep looking for action up top, as it just doesn't feel like you're getting anything more from your mid so long as the Viper's healthy enough to dive. A little bit of commitment coming out with speed again. Staying up top, leaving that DK versus Axe lane solo.
This could be dangerous. A lot of heroes here from BetBoom. Save, going to try and make it out. They will jump him though. Meanwhile, however, Fade has also been jumped. The hoof stop will mean nothing though. Kiritich pretty low. They'll chase him down instead. Can they actually secure? RCY coming in. The Blood Grenade also landing a speed. We'll lose a courier. Kiritich trying to run. Will at least split the goal. So not the worst case scenario for the side of BetBoom, but still not great either.
No, not ideal. And I guess the tougher part is that you get, you know, nature's profit up. You get a lot of gold coming in here for RCY.
True.
Allowing some recovery for this NP, who again has not really had a lane. Still bottom net worth here, RCY, early on. But it is a little bit of an injection, at least, to play with. BetBoom aren't looking to rest, though. And another movement towards the top lane. GPK set to go at level 7 to keep running down. No stacks to steal, but some easy kills to lead into here, into the 7-minute mark for the Shrines of Wisdom, if the side of GamerLegion aren't ready.
Bignum, he's going to split out the Viper. Nice disruption. Fade's actually going to go for a run in. Hoofstop's not going to reach quite yet, though. GPK's still going to get jumped. Do they have RCY coming? This looks like a very bad fight for the side of GamerLegion, but they are getting there. GPK low, more TPs incoming now as Yamsun going to show up. They might lose speed in the process. Of speed hiding behind the tree line. GPK, he went too deep. He'll find the kill, but he's going to feed his own life away, as it seems like BetBoom, they are bleeding. Save will go down a boot. 2 for 3 trade in the favor of GamerLegion, and they'll find the Shrine of Wisdom. Not good news for BetBoom. That's a lot of gold.
They lost everything. They overcommit for speed. It takes way too long to find that kill. Because Miero is such a big body to take care of, they lose both Shrines of Wisdom. It's a dangerous point, man. Look at speed. Look at that Black Grimoire with 4 charges. Oh, he's ready. He can hit level 6.
John, I'm telling you. No, he doesn't, John. This man knows how broken this is. He's holding on. He understands the value. This is how you play Waller. This is why you get upset, John, because you're not speed.
So boring.
If you watched his YouTube channel, you'd know how to play it.
Boring.
It's broken.
It's boring.
Yamsun. Oh, they're going to break Yamsun. Stun is out. He'll get the heals out here from
He's
speed.
taking no damage.
I mean, not yet, but GPK's coming with a hatred. There's your golden drop.
Speed.
The Black Grimoire. The Black Grimoire from speed. You don't see plays like that very often, Jonathan. Yamsun, what are you doing? He's chasing GPK. He's going to have to pay with his life for this by the looks of it. He'll go for a run. It's not looking too flash hot for him, though. RCY is going to show up. And that's it. That's all she wrote. He's down. Black Grimoire, Jonathan.
Black Grimoire.
Is that not broken?
I'm not saying it's not broken. I'm saying make
it's the best thing I've ever seen. That was the best play I've ever seen.
That was amazing from speed. The timing, that decision to get it right there. Saving Fade. I still think that thing should be an innate, and you should have something else for a facet. It should be the baseline for Warlock.
Well, why don't you just give him 6 items to start with? Right? Why don't we just give him every facet then?
Why not make him start level 10?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Just choose Warlock and the game just gives you the win. Save. Oh, Miero. This could be a big play for Miero. He's been very quiet this game thus far. He's been farming for his side. Second in net worth right now. BetBoom trying to chase down Yamsun. Stampede will be there, but the battle hunger slow is a lot, but it's not enough, as even the Warlock gets out of there. Speed through the Twin Gate will be okay. but BetBoom, they would at least stick around and get a T1 tower. And net worth, I mean, it's still 1K their way. They're still pretty happy.
Speed?
Running, but Kiritic will chase him down. Bignum gets the purge off. Needs a bit of help, though. Disruption out onto GPK. Bignum still running, but the slows are pretty insane. The speed does go down top lane, but Miero's a big pick-off. They won't get him, however. Although I say that, the illusions are still going. RCY trying to sneak in. But he's going to be all right, Miero. He's out of there.
Yeah, nice little pickup. A bit of a freebie for Kiritic. It does still cost Kiritic Omni Slash up against a Warlock. Maybe not the kind of commitment you'd expect. Just, you know, maybe just not expecting anything anyhow from Kiritic for the next few minutes. Going out for another smoke on the side of BetBoom. Looking to, again, apply that pressure up top. There's no timing for, say, Shrine of Wisdom this time around, but could lead into some good invasions. They see the stacks made as well in the Ancients at the very least as they pass on by.
Fade caught out. This should be a nice easy pick off here for BetBoom. Surely no escape for Fade. Disruption, gonna buy time, but still no chance. Karaomi able to secure the kill. BetBoom gonna be able to find their third T1 tower of this game, number 2 at 11 minutes in. Some very nice map control being taken now by BetBoom.
And this is exactly what they'd want to do, right? With this kind of lineup, you want to apply that pressure early because GamerLegion are forced to kind of just recover. Like you've got the Centaur who still needs to work into the aura. Yamson isn't doing all the damage just yet.
Bignum
catch more.
Trapped up. Golem though from speed, not messing around. Kataomi trying to run. Oh, that's a lot of damage. With the Fatal Bonds and RCY, he might come to clean up. He is saved. Will of Wonder does nothing. He'll go for the escape back. Meanwhile, GPK, though, being Golem body block. Ooh. Disruption from Bignum. GPK will be punished for taking those stacks. And John, I can see you seething, Jonathan, at this Warlock performance.
No, it's amazing. I was having a bit of a smirk with Nature's Prophet, really. It's just wonderful, isn't it? This meme of a facet just becoming the better one because they nerfed the other one so hard that you just want the money. And it's this wonderful playstyle. See how different NP's playstyle is from the healing saplings to Nature's Prophet now.
Yes, that's true.
And Warlock could use that too. Just make the Grimoire his innate.
No.
Make the Grimoire his innate.
Absolutely not.
Please.
No.
Please make it innate. Please.
No. Absolutely.
Just you know, like Witch Doctor. Like the what's it called?
Is Witch Doctor in the game right now, John?
No, but I mean his innate has the whatchamacallit? The thing, the purse with money. You know, Warlock's the guy with the purse with EXP. You know, the book grows knowledge. Mikey, yes, we are.
Facet was a Capri Sun or something. Is that how it works? That's how it works. Kiritic still having a good old time here. I mean, he's behind Yamsun, but the good thing is Miero is ahead of Yamsun. So at the very least, you do have an Axe that has been farming out of control, and Kiritic is keeping up quite nicely. Miero, of course, he did go for the Helm of the Dom build, which is, as an Axe enthusiast,
yes,
I don't know, and John, I'm not a pro player.
Yes.
Let me just say that first.
Yes.
I don't know if I'm a big fan of the Helm of the Dom build on Axe.
I think the idea for Miero is that, look, we're just going to be farming for quite a fair bit. If we're going to be farming, this Dominator gives me a lot more than, say, a Blade Mail, than a Blink, if we're not going to be forcing fights. So Miero anticipates a slower game. It's been paying off. Like, we do have a lot of kills, but there's not been much consistent pressure. There's a lot of downtime with farm. He's getting a lot of value out from the Dominated creep, and it's kind of working out. Like, he's still going to get his Blink. He's still going to get perhaps his Blade Mail afterwards. And you are still set to go to the races after all of that is up. And he still does get a very fast Blink up.
Okay.
Again, with that Dommy. So it's just about farm. It's about knowing that the game's going to be slower, knowing that Blade Mail's not really going to do much.
They're watching him right now, John. Miero in trouble, completely surrounded here. Hoofstop is going to jump in. RCY as well. And Miero, I don't want to be that guy, John, right? Yep. But what I'm saying to you is,
yes,
impact with Helm of the Dom at 14 minutes with a Blink versus impact with the Blade Mail Blink at 14.
I'm actually surprised he's going BKB after the fact as well. Like, I would be fine with this if you went Blink Blade Mail still. Blink BKB implies that you're not expected to kill heroes on the axe with a return damage.
I don't think he is.
Yeah, he's just going in for the call just as a control piece, which is fine as well. But I do agree. That means you're eating away at a lot of the potential that Axe has to kind of be this massive threat by his lonesome. And I don't know, the BKB kind of mitigates, say, issues with being disrupted when you go for the call, but you can just disrupt the ally that's called out anyway. The most important one is GamerLegion going out for a smoke here.
Oh, Karaomi surrounded, but he will tank the gank for Kiritich, which is more important than Karaomi dying, of course. Karaomi just doing a fantastic job of being in the right position here for Kiritich. Kiritich now at top of the net worth board and still having a great old time. Just about 300 gold ahead of Yamsun. And you also have Miro second right behind him on the axe in terms of farm. So I'd say a much better game already for the side of BetBoom.
Yep.
At least in the farm game. We aren't seeing the fights pan out as well as you would like, though.
No.
But maybe now. There's a two-man smoke. Miro save. Looking to connect into the mid lane. Nobody farming mid from GamerLegion, but they could hope that somebody shows up. If not, connect with GPK and go top. And it seems like that's what they're going to do. No vision to spot this out from GamerLegion, so they have no idea the smoke's happening. Into the triangle. Wrap around from the backside. They could find speed first. In fact, it looks like they should. The Miro jukes him out, goes for Fade instead. They'll make the jump in with the call. Fade, is he going to be left? Seems like he will. It'll be a very nice pick-off for the side of BetBoom.
Yep. Get their first dunk off as well. I actually do think that's the right call from GamerLegion. They're not quite ready to take that follow-up fight. You could argue, like, all right, they were all clumped up. Speed could have tried for a Fatal Bonds until a Golem dropped and tried to take that fight after the fact.
RCY. This would be a very nice pick-off. RCY, though, he's got the read. He knows they're coming. You were saying, Jonathan?
Yeah, I think they got the right call out of that from GamerLegion because it takes so long to kill off Fade. But again, you need more time for this DK to actually have some presence. And you don't really have damage on RCY. So it could have been an opportunity. You don't really want to have to blow Chaotic Offering when you're not sure about how your chances are there. And it kind of equalizes. I wanted to go back to your point where, with a farm game for BetBoom, Game 1 was a very similar game state. In fact, they were slightly ahead in kills as well, if I recall. Just very slightly, if not even. So this is still within what we saw from Game 1. I think the key thing is still on... Item timing should matter a little bit more here until the 25-minute mark, because you do have that clear advantage coming out for BetBoom, where you've got the Ags up on GPK, the attack speed slow. As mentioned by the panel, it's going to be really painful for, say, a DK, for an NP to kind of contend with. So there's this massive spike where GPK is outrageously strong at the moment. You do have some of the mitigating auras coming into play, though, on the side of GamerLegion. Full pipe up for Fade, so providing a little bit of coverage for some of that damage coming in. And right now, for the side of BetBoom, as long as Kiritich is farming, you're happy, but you do have that innate break to deal with Yamsun. Yes, eventually once the DK BKB is up, you have to ask yourself, without break, do you have enough damage on your jug to kill off a DK? And it's a DK with a Warlock providing some cover with disruption that can interrupt your Omni Slash as well. I think thinking about how these fights will break out later on, it's actually really complicated for BetBoom, despite having all of these tools. It's not a very simple game. So I would say even with a 1 to 2K, even 3K lead for BetBoom, you can never really underestimate GamerLegion. It's just... they have a lot of tools to mitigate a lot of these engagements. Heck, even down the line, we've got a Centaur match again. There's the Ags that can come out here for Fade if the game goes long enough.
Oh, yeah.
That Workhorse does a ton of work.
Mid lane, speaking of the workhorse, Fade caught, Disruption will save, Yamsun, he'll jump in, GPK is in trouble, Stampede to rush in, they got the Will of Wonder though, GPK's going to be fighters now, the Omni Slash, but it's doing no damage. It's doing no damage, and now the Golem drop, it's only on Kiritich, they'll be fine to disengage, but RCY, he's going to jump in, Miro holding him down, but now the home stop, catching a couple, Kiritich still retreating, they'll get the Sprout off, but it seems like BetBoom, they're the ones winning this fight, they're out of gas here, GamerLegion. They'll have to leave Fade behind. Fade will die. More. Miero trying to find a call, cannot get it. GamerLegion losing one. It could have been a lot worse. And for BetBoom, it certainly could have been a lot worse. But they'll be pretty happy with that, I'm sure.
Yeah, it does cost a lot of spells, much costlier on the side of GamerLegion. You're seeing some of the issues we were discussing there, Mike, where Kiritich does not have damage. And this is, sure, you didn't break Yamson this time around. You didn't manage to get that Viper Strike onto him, but without that, you can't eat through that armor. You know, this Jug is going to have some issues. You will need a backup to take control of that DK. Damage coming out there from Kiritich was not much at all. It was mainly that threat from GPK, who, again, is at his peak power spike at the moment. GamerLegion, I'd say it was a little bit messy on the follow-through, right? Like, you're having to run down there on Fade. You can't just get the instant follow-through for a lot of these spells. Same thing kind of goes for Yamson. He also has some issues standing in control until his BKB's up. They're forced to give away this free shard now. Tormentor over to the side of BetBoom. You have to deal with the Spotlight now, the illusion saves of Bignum, and he's trying to utilize those illusions. Just a little bit tougher here for the side of GamerLegion. It's still a relatively even game, but BetBoom do have a very clear advantage now. In this Ag's timing, the Travel's timing on GPK, he's going to be able to work his way around the map so much better. Maybe even look for snipes onto RCY if he's split pushing. That is something to be somewhat concerned about here for GamerLegion, and for GamerLegion as well. They're much more constrained to these cooldowns. Like when Chaotic Offering's down, it doesn't feel safe to engage. That's your big 5v5 spell outside of a massive hoof stomp coming in there from Fade, and every time you expend it, you have to sit around holding your hands for like 2 minutes. It's just a lot of downtime that the side of BetBoom can kind of abuse.
Pipe now up on Miero. Make life a little bit harder for GamerLegion. Kiritich, he's going to see RCY. He's got Omni/Up, he'll commit it. Disruption though. Bignum gets the Purge as well, but the Wheel of Wonder going to hold down RCY. They'll drop the Spotlight. RCY surely got no way out. He still can run, but it's not going to be enough. Almost taking down Save with him, but not quite. Nice pickup for BetBoom.
Yeah, that's the bigger kill you're looking for. And you can see maybe some of those issues with Bignum all the way at the back with all of his save options, but you do catch them. No.
They find Yamson. I mean, if they can guess where he's farming right now. I think they do. Yamson, does he stick around? Oh, he does. He doesn't read the movement. Rod of Atos gonna lock him down. Not good news. If you are GamerLegion's, Yamson gonna try for a TP, but there's no way of making it out. BetBoom finding two very valuable pickoffs across the map.
Yeah, the massive kills for BetBoom. It widens their lead from, you know, it was around, what, 1K, 2K a while ago into 4K after that. One fight on mid, now a clear 8K advantage. You have problems in GamerLegion. It's just going to have to come down to executing in these team fights. Roshan being taken by BetBoom. This is an opportunity for GamerLegion if they'd want. They've got the Chaotic Offering, but they're not in the area quick enough. It's going to be a freebie take for the side of BetBoom. Have to contend with 2 lives on that Jug. A little bit of a challenging prospect. And this Jug is just getting bigger and bigger. Kiritich very close to that full butterfly. You have nothing to pierce through that evasion on Yamson. He's not going to find any for some time as he is queuing up the MKB, but even the BKB recipe is going to need a little bit more work. So big window for Kiritich to just kind of carry this game on his back so long as Bignum isn't there to disrupt. You have really easy shots at this on the side of BetBoom. And for GamerLegion, this has been kind of the issue for a while. Like, RCY's not been able to farm up. He is #1 for his team, but he's not been able to get like an advantage with all these snipes that he's been getting with the Nature's Prophet. He's still needing to go back for his full Hurricane Pike just for some defense. Gonna want some damage after the fact, maybe even a source of break if you're concerned about GPK here whatsoever. And I don't see any of those items coming out quick enough. Do have Fade in the blink. And the Centaur relieving some of that initiation pressure could be one step forward for GamerLegion. Still very hard to see that commitment coming out anytime soon once more. BetBoom are in the driver's seat for sure in this game #2 so far.
I mean, they got Yamson's BKB up now as well, but I do think at the very least he wants that MKB before he really groups up again. BetBoom, on the other hand, they've got an Aegis up for another 3.5 minutes, so they certainly want to try and force something. At least a tier 2 tower or two. Butterfly now completed on Kiritich to make matters even better, but GamerLegion, they're going to go for a 4-man smoke, so it seems like they're going to commit. It's pretty awkward timing, though. The Butterfly of the Jug going to make life very hard for whoever's focusing him down, and that should be Yamsun without the MKB currently. They're going to try and do this with the BKB spike. This is BetBoom favored for sure. Double lives on Kiritich. BetBoom, they're going to hold their high ground. It seems like they're well aware that there could be a smoking coming. As Kiritich, he does finish off the tier 2 top tower. GamerLegion wrapping around the very long way. Trying to get back into their triangle. Miero's going to show up. GamerLegion. Smoke will wear off. They will get pinged down immediately as they're underneath vision. Miero trying to rush in. They'll see Fade. He'll get the call off. Fade still running. Oh, the Glimmer Cape. The Glimmer Cape stops the taunt. Oh, no. It doesn't matter. Fade's still being chased. You can commit the Omni for this. Though Fade gets the hoof stomp off into the disruption and the stampede. TP away. And that is one of my most hated interactions. Every single time I support Glimmer Cape's when I call, I literally want to punch my monitor. I want to punch my monitor so bad. Why are they not taunted?
Yeah.
Because there's no one left to taunt, I guess is the answer.
Yeah. Or they can't be taunted by something they can't see, Mikey.
I mean, I guess you're right.
You know? No vision to spot, so hey, nothing to hit, and you're just kind of free to go. A little bit of a oopsie-daisy for the side of BetBoom, but consider this, GamerLegion spent at least a minute and a half not doing anything on the map. They're not farming, they're not getting that much needed build-up they'd want for, say, MKBs, for more damage, more utility on RCY as well. And you are just maximizing this Aegis quite nicely on BetBoom. 10k lead now, 12 to 12. You're getting into the full Basher Ags here for Kiritich, which is the danger point for the Jug, because now you can save someone from disruption. You can't save them from both... could save someone with disruption, but you can't save them from both the Swift and the Omni Slash. So this answer in the Bignum save is not going to count for as much once that Ags is fully delivered here for Kiritich in 2 items. And for GamerLegion, it almost feels like you're going to have to start playing this game as a split push game, right? Like RCY starts to split up the waves a bit, apply some pressure, force some responses out, stall for time. Kiritich not buying any of that, just going high ground straight away though.
No, he doesn't need to wait. Like, he's so far ahead of Yamsun right now. They don't have the answers for it. 40 seconds left of the Aegis as well. Should mean he could at least finish off this tier 3 tower quite safely before he does retreat. Doesn't seem like he'll take the risk of going any further. But you've got to buy some time here if you're GamerLegion. Like, Yamsun's just nowhere near the stage where he can actually fight back against what Kiritich is offering right now. And RCY, I mean, he's just an MP. You know? There comes a point where this hero does become pretty disgusting.
Yep.
It's not right now, though.
No, not yet. So many more items need to come out for RCY. And again, he's having to go for some basic stuff first. Hurricane Pike to ensure that spacing can be maintained. Whereas the side of BetBoom, full Shiva's up now for GPK. Gleipnir coming up next as well. More control.
Uh-oh.
More AoEs to come in. There's that Ags you're looking for on Kiritich, all finished up. And your options are kind of running low on GamerLegion. Yeah, it's just time. They just need much, much more time to try to play into this. Or BetBoom maybe start to slip up and split apart, but we haven't seen that for quite some time.
I mean, certainly right now, it's more about BetBoom making a mistake than it is about GamerLegion making a play. Speaking of plays, though, GamerLegion, they are trying to find one. They're still trying to utilize that BKB timing of Yamsun, but again, I don't see it making the big difference. Not right now against that Butterfly and now the Ags of Kiritich. There's another smoke, now this time from BetBoom. They're going to run towards the top side of the map. They want to fight. One of those games where everyone wants to fight, but nobody can find each other.
Yeah, I mean, GamerLegion have to be really smart about their position on the map. I'd say much more so than BetBoom, for sure. Because, again, BetBoom are in the driver's seat. They're drawing some lines, make their way up top. Except they're holding so far back. I mean, even look at RCY's farming position. He was a little further back. He's getting a little bit venturing out, just running a little bit of a risk, but not too far out, right? Like, there's a lot of caution here. Although,
I'll take the outpost. I think RCY saw the Shrine of Wisdom being taken and knew there was smoke around there somewhere. Of course, BetBoom, at the very least, if they can't fight, they can try for high ground tier 3s again. But more importantly, they can just keep farming and just wait for the next Roshan attempt, which they should be able to take quite confidently. And I think that just might be the idea. You're not really afraid of GamerLegion being able to keep up or catch up in farm in the meantime. Like DK versus Jug, it's not a very even farming style of hero.
Not quite. And all you can do in GamerLegion is gonna try to get some util, although.
Fade will get spotted, he'll pop the Stampede, gets a hoof stomp, tries to run, but Miero's there with the call, and Fade certainly gonna be dying. No chance. It's BetBoom finally able to find themselves a nice little target.
Yeah. Pretty important kill to set up for if you're expecting any sort of skirmish coming on after. No Stampede, no Blink Initiation, but respawns are still relatively short at this point in the game. And you will just get yourself the free Torm from Kiritich with that Swift Slash going. So now Karaomi has even more damage coming out with the Twin Terror Jakiro on top. And for GamerLegion, I'm just trying to see what else can come in that starts to feel good. RCY is going for the full Mjolnir. We did see Fade working his way into his Lotus Orb and to the Ags. That could be one turning point. Just having Workhorse to save Yamsen or RCY is pretty massive, honestly. And the issue is, where's your damage coming in from so far from GamerLegion? We just haven't seen much of it. You don't have damage items on Yamsen. You have very little damage items coming out in RCY. So long as trees are around, I suppose the NP is actually your primary damage dealer. But you're not always taking these fights by a good tree line. In fact, with all of the pressure coming in here from BetBoom, you're going to be stuck in your high ground relatively soon. Unless you can, again, find this rotation outside the map. You don't tend to get the most value out of Spirit of the Forest here for the Nature's Prophet. So we'll have to see, because again, it's just BetBoom in the driver's seat. BetBoom in control. BetBoom bouncing back after a rough game one. Those key items are up. Mjolnir done. Lotus Orb done for Fade. Still needs so much more time for the full Ags on Fade as well, just for that little bit of security. And Yamsen has just been stuck. Like, this DK has some progress into the MKB, but doesn't have the full thing yet. And it's just necessary. Like, you need that up. You need a way to pierce through the evasion. There's no answer for the Jug until that's up.
Absolutely not. Roshan, it's going to be a late timer, which is certainly favorable for GamerLegion. It's going to be a little bit frustrating for BetBoom, understanding you're so far ahead right now, but just not able to really capitalize on this net worth and XP advantage they have found themselves in. I do wonder if there's any fear from GamerLegion about forcing this into the later stages of the game. Like, we are already 32.5 minutes in. In fact, never mind that. Yamsun, nice blink away, looking for a TP. Can they cancel it? Bignum. Bignum. Did he cancel the TP?
They got the call anyhow.
Oh, they did get the call.
No.
I thought he called earlier. No. That's my bad.
Yeah. A little bit optimistic to still try to gun for it on the TP instead of just utilizing the Stampede. But a very big pickoff for the side of BetBoom now. 14k up. Simplifying the process to just find anything. And I will say, this off-brand build from Miero has worked out well.
They see speed. Swift Slash bounces a bit awkwardly, but he'll find a kill. Sentry's still on the high ground, so Glimmer Cape will do nothing. BetBoom, well and truly in a fantastic position. 16k net worth advantage. Certainly their game to lose at the moment. And as it stands, John, they'll have first dibs on Roshan in about 30 seconds.
Yeah. Nice and open and just no contest from the side of GamerLegion. All you can do is sit back, farm what you can, and just wait. Again, wait for a little bit of a mistake from BetBoom. Wait for them to start to split apart a little bit. You can force mistakes like that with Nature's Prophet, of course. Like, RCY is just going to split push as best as he can. He's got his stats almost fully done. He's just not even bothering with the treant, which is fair enough.
This is turning into a therapy session.
Roshan gonna have it. Of course, Gaben's Blessing available as well right after Roshan. Still can't believe they changed the name of the rune to Amp Damage instead of Gaben's Blessing. Just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, we've got the Gabe Cube coming out as well, right?
We do. The Gabe yacht, in fact.
Yeah, there's the Gabe yacht, the Gabe cube, the Gabe glasses.
I thought he bought a yacht. Apparently he bought the whole company.
No,
that
he
makes
owned the company. Yeah,
Wow.
He's owned the super yacht company for a while, I believe.
There's levels to this shit, John.
He has a
There's
few
levels.
customers, if I recall right. I just don't recall who, but he has quite a few. He runs a lot of successful businesses, all right?
He's a successful man.
He is.
So he should be.
Yeah. Not quite as, GamerLegion not as successful so far in this game.
Oh, they'll get
Fortunately.
there, John. I mean, it's a pretty high ceiling to ask for from GamerLegion. You're literally comparing them to Gabe
I mean, look,
Newell
but
now,
they've
John.
got nature's profit. Right? Surely there's more profit to be had, Mike. RCY shorting the market, whatever that means.
Oh,
He's gone
almost-
all in.
you almost made sense there, John. Bignum's going to tie to GPK. GPK very happy with what he sees. They will move high ground now. BetBoom, blood in the water. They want to go right for the jugular. GamerLegion going to have to do this 4v5 against the ages of Kiritich. And it doesn't seem like they're planning on taking this fight. They're going to let this one go. Hope that BetBoom do look to retreat, but I believe BetBoom will stick around for at least one more Rax. At least one more.
Yeah. And there's nothing to stop them, really. There's no threat. Even if you had a Shadow Demon on hand, all that provides is a bit of a save. Beyond that, like, there is some damage up. It's not enough. And it feels like you kind of caught yourself in the trap as well with these two supports. Like, yeah, it's a heavy sustain now.
They're going to jump him. They're going to give it a crack, but call is out. Nero saving the day as now the Swift Splash is into the Wheel of Wonder, but the disruption will buy some time as Kiritich still going to move in onto the DK. Omni Slash going right through them as well. Not good news for GamerLegion. They'll buy back on at least the Shadow Demon, but they've lost their carry Yamsun. Miero looking for another call. Not going to find it as RCY. He's the carry now. Miero taking a lot of damage, in a bit of trouble. Miero is not going to go down yet, but he's been sprouted up, but so is RCY. Miero's out now. Kiritich still going. So is GPK. It doesn't seem like they can really hope to save Fate, but they are still trying to force this fight. They need to retreat as Kiritich. Looking the call from Miero. Is there in time? But it couldn't. No, it doesn't work against them. It does not. BetBoom. Still looking very good in this game too. 28k net worth advantage. And they've got plenty of time to go high ground once again and at least force a buyback from RCY. 30 seconds without Yamsa.
Yeah, I mean, you still have Aegis for so much time here. Still 2 minutes on the Aegis left for Kiritich. You don't care. You're not backing out whatsoever. You've got this threat of Abyssal Blade now on Kiritich as well. And I just don't see what you do.
Fade's trying. Kiritich still has 45 seconds for the Omni to be up, but Swift Slash in 10. Gets started on Fade. Fade is pretty tanky. Yamsun's back up. RCY not buying back yet, but he can whenever. See if they want to try and play into the Mega Creeps. Yamsun, he's going to pop the Dragon Form, but Kiritich, he's not retreating as RCY. He will buy back. They're going to go for the last-ditch play. Call is out, though. Fade. He's already been called out. Fade. Can he survive? He cannot. That's one down for BetBoom. They'll move on to Yamsun. Yamsun almost has Kiritich's Aegis, and he does get it, but they've already secured Megas. BetBoom, they can happily just retreat. Unless they want to commit. Do they believe they... I mean, they certainly have enough.
Yeah.
No two ways about that.
I mean, Omni Slash is back up. There's nothing stopping Kiritich again. Like, what do you do about this jug? There's just no answers. Still half a minute until Chaotic Offering's up as well. Just pretty messy for GamerLegion in trying to hold this together. They're going to have to try.
Kiritich not stopping. Feeling the confidence now. Wants the game 3. Kiritich. 1 tier 4 down. Secondary tier 4. Going down, Kiritich, call out, Miero, he caught Yamsun. Dragon Form's over as well, Kiritich, he'll pop the Swift Slash. Kiritich going for more, Yamsun not down yet, but is in disruption as Golem's going to be dropped, but it doesn't make the difference. Ancient now exposed, they're moving in. RCY being chased, this should be it. He's got no chance of surviving this one. And BetBoom have successfully forced us to a game number 3 against GamerLegion.
Yeah, I like seeing this coming out from the side of BetBoom, you know. They don't get themselves twisted up in a knot over that game 1. What?
A guy at GYGY from Kiritich. What is that?
I know, just a weird way to say GG, I guess. It does work for BetBoom, and you know what? I do.
in the playoffs. Let's see if BB Team can do it or GamerLegion. Game 3 coming your way with John and Mike.
Thank you so much, Shiva. Game number 3. And Jonathan, I would like to take this time
Yes.
to agree and tell you what the panel didn't want to say.
Yes.
This Troll Warlord hero,
Yeah.
trash. Absolute trash.
Yeah, it is. It really is. We've seen some good troll games before, but those are few and far between. We'll have to see if Yamson can pull something special out to make this work. Not the easiest troll game anyhow. Having to play it into Doom, having to play it into Bane, which was picked relatively early on here from the side of BetBoom. So maybe just looking for comfort on GamerLegion and what could be their final game after a very long and, quite frankly, very impressive run, all things considered. Yeah, this hero just has not been winning. It's just not.
On my eyes. Disgusting. Heritage. He's going to get caught. He does have Kataomi around the high ground, though that is a lot of minus armor from Bignum. And
Okay.
They do find first blood. Speed immediately out with the tip as well. There has been a bit of I don't want to say chatter, but there has been a bit of back and forth with the tips before we did get into the game 3. And in fairness, it is good sportsmanship. Both these teams have been paying respect to each other, especially RCY and GPK handing over a lot of tips towards each other. And speaking of the Devils, Puck versus Void Spirit. The rematch of game 1. Does GPK find a way to win this one this time?
I think in lane, it's not going to change much. In the game, it's going to feel a lot more playable for GPK, mainly because there's no TA. No Shard Trap to worry about. Shadow Demon setup is there, but let's say Disruption into Cookie is not the most reliable way of locking someone in. You'll still be reliant on the Aether Remnant here on RCY to catch GPK, but that's going to be it. Like, again, no traps, nothing else to really silence up the puck, no instant disables on hand. GPK is going to be free to run around later on. In lane so far, looking even on this first wave at the very least. Not going to expect too much different there. And we'll have to see if GPK can actually work a laning advantage out, as RCY was winning quite hard last time around. But again, considering the rest of the draft, this is a much cleaner puck game for sure for GPK. Less challenges to face. Lots more for GamerLegion. Like this game for Yamson, again, up top on this troll, laning-wise, should be fine. But in the game, like, this troll is just gonna struggle to kind of get its game going. It's not a smooth time to just run around, chase heroes with your ultimate down, with a rage. When there's a Bane around, when there's a Doom that can just kind of silence you up and just make things a little bit of a nightmare for you. There's some really good creeps to eat here as well from Yarrow later on, just to help with the kiting. And again, it's just not gonna feel comfy for Yamson. He has to get as much as he can in the laning phase, because if this game starts to drag on, this troll, you're going to invest into it, and it's just, it doesn't feel like it's going to be your win condition. It almost feels like your win condition has to be Fade on that Timbersaw and RCY on the Void Spirit.
I agree.
It's got to come from these two heroes.
I 100% agree with that sentiment. I never feel like Troll's the win condition.
No.
It never is.
No.
I mean, it can perform. I'm not saying it's impossible to win with Troll. Bignum, bottom lane, chases on. Kataomi will be able to secure with Kiritich. Nice little revenge play there from Kiritich, finding his first kill of the game on the gyrocopter. And unlike our Yamson Troll, Kiritich is having zero problems farming at this bottom lane.
Now he's finding all the farm. I do like what they've done here in the lane as well. Coming out from BetBoom, they've cut the tree line on the left. You've never got an angle to just play with a Whirling Death to try to really drag this Bane to low HP, low strength. There's just no trees. You know, you're going to have to wait for them to respawn, and then guess what? Quelling Blade, you can just keep cutting all the trees you'd want here on Kiritich. Doesn't matter. Already has himself a quick build-up into the Falcon Blade, not too far off from the recipe. And it's just such a straightforward lane. You sleepwalk them back, you get some chip damage in, you run them down with Rocket Barrage, and that's all you can really do. You can't do much about this. Look at those blocks. Bignum blocked quite a fair bit. Not enough for the chase down from Kiritich at least. But the threat is constantly there. And there's just really nothing you can hope for from Fade. He's forced to go level 2 reactive. He can't even go for Timber Chain up and trying to maximize, say, Whirling Death in this kind of lane. He has to go for Sustain because he can't apply pressure.
No, he cannot. Happy days so far for BetBoom. Both side lanes going very, very well. In fact, going even better than expected because speed now down. Miero already diving the T1 tower. Yamson, they've got the creep wave to tank for them as well. Yamson really not enjoying that arc lightning from Miero, and now the bushwhack from Save to lock Yamson down.
Yeah.
And Miero able to secure the double kill for himself. Horrible news for GamerLegion.
That it is. Even the water rune denial with GPK picking up a freebie is going to hurt RCY a fair bit. Maybe they find this kill.
RCY is very low though. GPK is going to connect. RCY, he hasn't got too much more time for this. Karaomi, he does go down. Bignum though dropping pretty low, and it seems like RCY, he's going to try and help, but a nice TP. It's going to ensure that he does not need to stick around. So they lose the water rune. They do find themselves a kill at least. But when you compare to game 1, it certainly is a fantastic time for GPK in this landing stage.
That it is. We're taking a look at that whole dive up top as well. You can just see all of that damage coming in. It's so easy to set up with pushback. You've got so much output on Miero going for the 1-1-1. And again, your counterplay options with a troll aren't that high. Like, there's no real threat coming in from Yamson running up to help his support whatsoever. I would say as well for GPK, outside of all of this pressure mid, he has managed the mid lane so much better than we saw in game 1. Like, this puck is not struggling. This puck is set to have this timing lining up for itself, and for GamerLegion, again, you don't have this 15-minute spike with Shard that you can kind of rely on here. Speed?
They're going to find another speed. Bushwhacked up. Gets a cookie into the T1, but just look at the chip damage they can throw at him. Is he dead? Yeah, he is. The blood grenade tick damage. It's enough. There's just so many nukes to throw a poor old Speed. All he can do is tank them.
Yeah. I mean, again, it's a challenging game with the lane setups that GamerLegion has decided to go for. In fact, you're so free down bot because there's no contest from the Timbersaw onto Gyrocopter that you just have this room for Karaomi to walk around the map. Now walking in for the 6-minute rune as well. No way to stop it. A free invis for GPK. Can try to go sniping if he'd want to. Has the Dream Coil ready as well. RCY doesn't even have the step just yet, although a creep will give that at least. But I don't see a way for GamerLegion to play anytime soon. It just doesn't feel like you have any of the tools unless BetBoom start running around.
They want more. They're going to try for Bignum. Bignum trying to get the Ancient Prowess to deny him off. Meanwhile, RCY also caught by a bushwhack of save, but can walk away out of this. Oh, but you got to love this from BetBoom. Understanding that they've had a fantastic laning stage and certainly the superior draft for the early game, they will just start to be very aggressive.
They will be. Again, no real threats whatsoever. This Timbersaw is not doing a lot of damage so far. Again, focused on a 2-1-2 build, looking for durability. Shrine of Wisdom to be stolen away here. At the very least, you've got the wards to watch, but Bignum is still level 2.
They're underneath vision. They're going to try to deny Kiritich this Shrine of Wisdom, but the Nightmare is going to make life very hard, and even the homing missile, but Fade, he does make it in time. They'll bring in even more now Speed. He'll go on to Kiritich. It could be a pretty big loss. This could be a pretty big loss kind of play as Karaomi. Where are you going, Karaomi? Speed! It's your boy Speed here. Quite literally.
Oh, some really important injections to get there for GamerLegion. You hit that 6, you hit some damage coming out from Fade, but they do manage to force that position out. I'm a little bit surprised in how Kiritich decided to go about it. Walked a little bit further back into a tree line. Maybe just, again, trying to get some spacing off, but not far enough from the trees for that Whirling Death to really do some work. And you do buy time to even out the game a little bit. In fact, you've bought so much time that Yamson is managing to find some good farm.
Absolutely.
Right behind the net worth of Miero as they catch more.
Yeah, Speed, no chance. They are trying to give the kill to Kiritich at least. Oh! That's all right. Bit of an uphill miss, never hurt.
Yeah, it can be funny. They do get the rotation out. This could be less funny if Yamson's not too careful.
Well, I mean, there's only so much he can do here. They know that he has no play on this Troll Warlord. And this is the kind of thing with the Troll. Like, you need so much farm to do anything on this hero.
That you do. I think the last time we saw Troll be like ultra successful in the meta was when you would prioritize Ags Rush and you use that to farm. It doesn't feel like we've seen a lot of Troll fall back to that build. It's been back to Battle Fury, Sanjin Yasha, or Manta depending on the game. And you just kind of run from there. A little bit of a smoke attempt out from GamerLegion. Nope. You do have some level 2 damage here.
Well, they're trying for Kiritich again, but the TPs are coming in. Safe. He'll be around. Kiritich dropping pretty low, though. RCY holding him down the remnant of the chain from Fate, not connecting, but he is still going to drop. as they will chase down Save a little bit. Save, though, running the correct way, will completely juke them out. They already got the target they really wanted, however, in Kiritic. And it goes back to what you said, John. This game, it's going to be carried by Fade or by RCY, or more than likely both. They will find Save.
Yeah. These freebie kills are doing a ton of work for the side of GamerLegion. They're so far behind in terms of their other
Again?
cores. Oh,
Well, this is ballsy. RCY out of gas right now. Simulate to the high ground. He's trapped in the tree line looking for a TP play out, and Karaomi is not going to be able to see him in time. Fade, however, not gonna make it, though he's tanky, but not tanky enough. GPK able to find the Timber Saw. Speed, not looking very fast right now. Might need to go back to streaming, I think. Speed, Cookie down to the low ground. TP away. Very nice.
yeah, he's got enough speed in him. Good old speed. No need to stream just yet, and we'll see. 8-6, 2K lead still up for the side of BetBoom. But boy, is the ball in their park, right? None of their cores are having issues. You've been getting free farm in Kiritic. There's been some pressure down bot, sure, but he's still managing to be up there in terms of net worth. Miero has been doing fantastic work on this Doom. I love this SNY build-up as well. Just looking to be really tanky up front, get that chase down needed to just kill off a lot of heroes, provide that body for the Gyrocopter and the Puck to kind of play their game. And for GamerLegion, I mean, Yamsen's been stuck. You know, he needs that Battle Fury. He has no real farming pace without it. It's not the quickest thing in the world here for a troll. And even with that Battle Fury up, you're going to be sitting and farming for a little bit longer. So it's just a waiting game for GamerLegion. RCY does have his Urn, and the Shard is going to be nice, but when you think about that game one, again, the key thing was at around 15 to 20 minutes, Yamsen had Shard on TA. And that made the difference. You could hold down GPK, you could threaten on the map, the traps could give you vision. No tools like that in this kind of game. You are just stuck. Fade can't even hold the bot lane himself and try to pressure onto the tier 1. So it's just, again, a lot of space lost to the side of BetBoom and a lot of ground being gained by BetBoom. Already the early forward wards from Karaomi up top and just a full-on invasion on that top lane as well to cut off any relief farm here. Yamsen is not safe in this area.
No, certainly. I mean, he's not safe anywhere on the map right now. Johnny's playing Troll Warlord. Yamsen. He'll be by the T2 tower. Bushwhack not going to land from save. Bottom lane, looks like they could set up onto Fade. They've got Fiend's Grip available and they're going to give it a crack, but the TPs are going to come in. Fade, he is tanky, but do they have the time? They're trying. With the cookie out, they do. In fact, Bignum might want to try and help set up for a counter initiation because they had RCY running in from the river. But they will not. It seems like they'll be more than happy to see that Fade's walked out of there. And that'll be your first Fiend's Grip just kind of going to the waste.
Maybe if you had save around earlier with an earlier break, that could have been a bit of a simpler process. Smoke instantly broken.
RCY will find Karaomi. Bushwhack not going to matter at all as Fade will just drop down the tree line. But now you've got Miero. He's got Doom up. This could be very scary for GamerLegion if they want to stick around for this. Not anticipating Miero's here. Fade, he's going to get doomed up immediately. They will cookie him out. Miero's chasing though, and he should have the kill now for sure, as they will at least pick up Fade. And then even a cherry on top here with Bignum. Very nice rotation out from Miero.
Yeah, again, they just have all the tools here. On the side of BetBoom, there's just no counterplay. Your Timbersaw's not tanky enough, going for the pipe as well, so now instant Kaya and trying to actually burst heroes down, having to play the sustain game on Timb, which means that RCY is kind of stuck on an island trying to... I mean, there is damage if you can connect into kisses for sure. It's just easier said than done when RCY is...
Kiritic. They really do love hunting down this Gyrocopter. You can't quite blame them. Kiritic will go down another time. RCY setting up some very nice kills across the map. And I mean, we're going to keep repeating this, but it really does feel like RCY is going to carry this game on his back. It's Karaomi. Now being jumped, RCY, he'll show up as well. Bushwhack's not going to help whatsoever. They will put him to sleep though, RCY. Silence him up. Dropping low, Coil even committed, but the sharpshooter take. Get down, Mr. President.
Oh, Bignum saves the day. Keeps that hope alive for GamerLegion, because that would have been a massive kill with no real trade backs there for the side of GamerLegion whatsoever. And finding that early kill on Kataomi really doesn't amount for much. And the key now for GamerLegion is that they are stalling well. Like, Tier 2 progress has slowed down. Battle Fury's up for Yamsen. Farm can progress for Troll. He has a lot of catching up to do with how much you've built up here on the side of BetBoom, but it's not a massive amount, at least on Kiritich. So the Troll can kind of overcome this gap with a Gyrocopter at the very least. Miero, though, is doing a ton of work on this Doom. Again, the Sanj is up, the Yasha's not too far off. The chase down is going to be terrifying with those drums of endurance up as well. Once he sets his eyes on someone, Miero's just going to kill him off.
Look at this. Look at this. Bignum says, get that shit out of here. Get that shit out of here. Not on my mid lane.
All calculated, of course, good old Bignum. RCY looks so calm as well. It's like, yeah. Secret Service is right there. All good. Still, they might get jumped again, and Secret Service has to be called in. GPK and Save on the hunt as a duo. They've got enough burst damage just by themselves. And they do see them on mid, clearing out the creep wave here.
Oh, Fade's going to lose his pipe on the courier. That's a big loss. BetBoom chasing. They'll see RCY. They want speed first. RCY is actually going to jump in. Trying for save. Bushwhack is going to land. RCY save by the disruption. Sharpshooter will land this time. They'll throw the kisses out to dissuade BetBoom from going further for this. However, knowing the kisses are down, you might want to try and continue forcing it. See if GamerLegion will give the opportunity. Seems like they will successfully look to retreat.
Yeah. Managed to back off. Maybe a bit of a mistake missing out on the coil here from GPK. Does cost them some kill opportunity for sure. That is only a 2-hero rotation though. You can see how much of a threat BetBoom is with just their mid +1. Like, that's enough. Whereas for GamerLegion, you had to drag so many bodies in just to force that move away from GPK. They've got so much in the tank on the side of BetBoom, and GamerLegion are, again, just stuck playing this farm game. Yamsen is going for a Sanj and Yasha himself before he gets his own BKB up, which is fair enough. The stat res could do some work here. You've got the Aurus about to come back for Fade eventually, as the Courier is set to come back in, and he has his Blade Mail. So there are some ways of doing some decent chip damage here. I'd say the next real power spike is this Ags on RCY. If you can find a way to get into that point where the Ags is up, with all of these camps that they're stacking, a total of 10 for GamerLegion, a bit more favorable than what you have in BetBoom. Get into the Ags, lock in GPK, maybe even isolate away the backline, take care of the Bane with a grip. It can start to become feasible to see GamerLegion taking some fights here. Only after that timing, though.
Oh, Speed. Speed will go down. Very nice from GPK. Of course, Witch's Blade up makes life very hard as now. Bottom lane, they have found Fade as well. Fade gets doomed up. Surely no way out. They've even found Bignum. BetBoom. Off the back of Miero, just playing so confidently now. That's the thing with this Doom. Like, Miero, he's just having such a clean game.
Yeah, nothing fancy, you know. He had a good lane. He found himself a good creep. They got a couple of good kills. And it just escalates so fast on this Doom. Again, full Sanj and Yasha plus Drums of Endurance up. He is not going to be stopped from chasing anyone down. Going back for the Midas with the Devil's Bargain to sell it back after a couple of uses into a BKB. I mean, you just have no threat, especially once the BKB is up. Fade, already pretty minimal impact on the Timbersaw, is going to have even less once some of this debuff immunity is up. And for GamerLegion, I just don't know when the suffering ends. None of these items coming in do feel impactful enough, or as impactful as the Ags of RCY. And that's really the key issue. I would argue maybe there's room here for Speed to think about, say, a Blink Ags himself on the Snapfire. Like a bit of a pseudo-save. If anyone gets nightmared or gripped up, you can rely on the Gobble Up to kind of toss them out to pleasant position, but I don't see that farm coming through anytime soon. Movement across the gate, but really good scan coming in there from BetBoom as well to spot that.
Oh, not again!
Wow.
The pipe
Seriously.
again!
Seriously.
Fade's lost his pipe a second time.
Oh, boy.
Oh, that's rough. That is rough. Second time. He's had that pipe for about 4 minutes now.
Yeah. Yeah. And that just means he's going to spend another 2 minutes without as much impact as he'd want, because that's all he's here for. Make the team tanky, distract. Can't even have that. A smoke from BetBoom this time on the hunt. Yamsen as well.
Oh, God, it just keeps happening.
GPK.
Miero. They're going to jump him. They've got a lot of damage here with Fade. Kisses him, but GPK, he cancels the kisses immediately, and Fade, he can't finish off the job. RCY is going to show up, and here's the whole cavalry from BetBoom. Fade still alive, but he'll cop the doom. They'll disrupt him up, try to save his Kiritich now, dropping a lot in HP, but the Fiend's grip. RCY also caught. BetBoom giving nothing.
Oh.
Absolutely nothing as Speed will get tipped.
It's your boy Speed here.
You leave my boy alone. You leave him alone.
Oh, good old Speed. I mean, what can you do, right? You catch out the Doom, you just don't have the damage. It's, I don't know, like they had to throw everything out. Really good movement out from GPK, I will say. Getting that silence off, stopping the kisses, which is really the main source of output there instantly. And it just provides so much room to dance around. There's just nothing you can do. RCY can't find an angle where he feels confident in. And you're just kind of forced to sit and watch on the side of GamerLegion. Like, I mean, sure, they're taking these fights 4v5. That's one factor, but at the same time, would the troll even make a difference?
No.
Probably not that much. At the least, Roshan is something Yamsen can take here.
I mean, is he going to get away with it? I hope so. Seems like it. BetBoom. They are going to get away with it. The thing is, like, it's just taking an eternity for this troll. You know? This hero, I'm not a carry player, John, but even I say buff this hero. Like, give it something.
Yeah.
Give it something. It's just so sad.
I think rework the ultimate.
Remember when
Probably the
Muerta
way.
came out?
Huh?
Pierce the Veil was like 2
Yeah.
billion years, and
Yeah.
she's just invulnerable.
Yeah.
But Troll Warlord presses his button, and he basically just can't, like, he's just not a hero anymore.
No. It's hilarious. It's like a... If you think about it, it's like a Juggernaut ult, but it's terrible.
I've got an idea.
Yeah.
You innate Troll Warlord
Yes.
can stack bashes. Dota All-Stars. Think about it, John. He can stack bashes. If he can stack bashes, I will forgive you, Ice Frog.
You know what?
Please let him stack.
I'd say yes to that, but I'm pretty sure you tilt the heck out.
Yes.
Put that in. You would be so tilted.
Yes.
I'd say yes. Let him stack bashes.
And give Axe double Vanguard. That's all I want. And give Legion Commander the mustache cosmetic. You know the one I'm talking about, Ice Frog. Don't even pretend you don't.
That's fair. I think
I want him on a horse.
we're a long ways from probably getting a double bash on Troll anytime soon. I will say, I don't know. Battle Trance is just like Juggernaut if he was really, really bad at the sword. Like, he's not dancing around. He's invulnerable, but he's angry and just kind of chasing stuff that's not there. So, I don't know. I don't know what you can do. 17-9, 14k lead. I guess you could hope that BetBoom decides to throw at this point, because the Ags timing's there for RCY. Does feel like he needs a BKB, though. Like, there's not enough protection for RCY to play that game forward.
Oh, immediate smoke break
that's
and a
quick.
blink away. Uh-oh. This is dangerous. GamerLegion, they're going for it. Miero's already found Fade, though. Fight's over, boys. Or is it? They're still going. But they're coming through the twin gates. BetBoom, they're going to be ready for this fight, I think. They will scan them out at the twin gate, and that'll be enough. And Save, he didn't actually go through it anyway.
No.
So I guess they could have taken the fight.
They could, but you also just blew your 2 charges on the Resonant Pulse ASAP and RCY. You blew both of your Astral Steps as well. Like, there's just not enough to kind of keep that chase going. You did see it takes a lot of damage to kill off Fade. At the same time, it's like, you're happy enough because it doesn't take as much damage to kind of kill off RCY at this point. Not without any protective item on top of him so far. And I guess you could ask questions to whether or not you can take care of the troll. The answer is probably yes. You can take care of the troll. if Yamsun was unfortunate enough to join into an engagement. 15k lead still standing for the side of BetBoom, and GamerLegion, just hold steady. Try to hit this BKB on Yamsun. Crimson Guard for Fade to help survivability. Nice, especially into a gyrocopter, but with the way Fade's playing, reverting back to this aura kind of style, the pressure's on RCY. Like, this man has to carry this game. Like, fully now.
Okay. Having a little bit of fun with his voice lines. BK. Oh, he's got the Plasma up next. That's the scary one when it comes to puck. Oh boy, is that scary when it comes to puck.
Oh, yeah.
That Plasma. Not very fun, and this might not be fun for Yamsun. Yamsun. Yeah, he's got Battle Trance and Aegis. I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference if he gets into a fight. It's Yamsun. Cops an arrow to the knee, still walks away.
And he does. A little bit harder to hold down without Sanj and Yasha with a stat res, so not able to get a longer channel off with your sharpshooter, which I guess is fair. Again, GamerLegion are actually doing a pretty good job of stalling this game. They are avoiding all these fights. They are trying to bank on the troll to carry them in this later game scenario. And even though it doesn't feel great, they are hanging in there. Mind you, RCY and Fade are...
Here we go, GPK. He's found RCY with the Dream Coil. It's only one, but it's the right target. And speaking of right targets, they've got Yamsun.
Oh.
Aegis gone. Doom is up. Yamsun, how fast can you press R, sir? He presses it. He gets it off. It doesn't make the difference. Yamsun, he's just been chain stunned. He does nothing.
Yeah, nah.
He does nothing.
No.
Bignum. Oh, and a Doom's out as well. They'll catch RCY. I mean, this is like Oscar the Grouch levels of trash, this Troll Warlord. I mean, it's I'm bringing out the Sesame Street lore now, John.
Yeah.
It's such a bad hero. It's so bad.
It is, but Oscar the Grouch is not a bad character, Mikey.
No, he's a great character, but he's in a trash can.
Yeah, but he's a great character. Just because you're in your bin doesn't mean you're bad. This is a different level of trash. It's a landfill. Troll alone is a landfill, Mikey.
You think it's kind of messed up as well? Like, Sesame Street's all happy and stuff, but Oscar's homeless? Like, why'd they leave Oscar homeless?
But he's willingly living in the trash can, Mike. He's a trash monster, right? It's a choice he made. Not like Troll chooses to be bad.
I mean,
you know, he is just bad out of his out of the will of greater beings. Mike LaPhoenix. We are getting our full Troll experience today.
Okay.
Very reminiscent of what we'd see again in some past qualifiers. This is exactly what you'd end up with in a Troll match.
Hiero's like the cookie monster right now, Jonathan. He's just having a great old time. Unlimited cookies for him. Yes, John.
I thought you'd say Speed because he's got the Fire Snack cookies. And
yeah, well, John, I mean, there's, you know, Speed's just, I don't know what Speed is here, John. I don't know all the characters. I feel like saying Big Bird. I don't know why I was going to say that.
Big Num could be Big Bird.
Ah,
you know?
see?
You know, it's right there. It's on the fine print. What would be good in the fine print for your GamerLegion was to find a way to win, or at least fight back. It just doesn't feel like there is any.
Not anymore.
I have been scrambling to find anything to say beyond RCY has to win this game. There's literally nothing else. He has to find a way to 1v5. Look, the play here for RCY, two rapiers, straight up.
Okay.
And just jump in and hope for the best.
Oh, man.
Maybe.
Parasma's up on GPK, by the way, John. Here we go. Twin gate usage. They're going to try for... Where are they going? Where are we going, boys? One of them went through.
Yeah, I mean, the courier of RCY went through for whatever reason to scout, and they found nothing. So their smoke amounts to nothing really here as well for GamerLegion. Much ado about nothing so far.
Kiritich. And the thing is, Kiritich doesn't even feel like he's playing the game right now. Like, he doesn't even need to be here. At the moment, they are going to catch Bignum. I really, truly feel like Miero and GPK could just carry 4v5 at the moment. As we are going to find another. Speed will go down. Kiritich with a double kill. And BetBoom are not giving any kind of openings here.
Nope.
Fade. There's an opening, I guess, for BetBoom. Miero, he won't bother trying to chase him down, even with the Doom up, though. Yamson's going to show up here. I just really don't think you have anywhere near enough to do anything.
You really don't. There's no damage to speak of. This troll just has no output. Sanj, Yasha, Battle Fury is nice. This is also something you'd maybe find 5 minutes earlier in a good troll game. Maybe even 9 minutes earlier in a good troll game. And this has not been a good troll game whatsoever for Yamson. And so, back to farm he goes. He was queuing up his shard and a blink.
Oh, no. The BKB TP away. He's going to make it. But that's basically the state of the game right now for GamerLegion.
Yep.
That's all you can do. Just run. Just run.
He's queuing up the Divine already.
Who?
Kiritich.
What? Kiritich?
Just done.
Now, look, Kiritich, listen. Kiritich, your team's watching. The managers are watching. This is a situation. You don't need to put yourself in, Kiritich. You don't need to do this. It's like my wife with a credit card. You don't need to do it, Kiritich. Put the card down. Think of your partner, Kiritich. Don't do it to yourself. Right?
Imagine Agent K.
Am I making it too personal, John?
Can you imagine? Just
What's
randomly dies Agent K. And suddenly GamerLegion
Kiritich, don't. I'm telling you, don't do it. Yeah, I know the viewers want to see it. The Divine Rape, don't do it. Right? Think about the team. You don't need this.
I mean, they are winning pretty hard here, Mike. A Divine would just make them win harder,
no,
right?
No. Don't forget the story of Icarus, Jonathan. Right? Kiritich, be careful. I've seen this plenty of times in SCA, believe me.
Oh, yeah.
Mid-tier 3 tower.
What a state of a game that our picture-in-picture is a tier 1 being taken top while a tier 3 is being taken.
We're gonna find something, John.
No stickers of Boxy, no Pookies around.
Nah.
What a shame.
BetBoom gonna play it safe.
Yeah. Oh, there's no need to risk it outside of this Divine. I think that's worth the risk. Why not?
Why is it worth the risk, John?
It makes it exciting, you know.
Exciting for who, John?
I'm
It's pretty
sure
one-sided
Kiritich
right
is bored.
now.
He's a bored kid.
Well, he could win the game and, you know, go back to the hotel, have some fun there or something. You know?
I don't know. He wants to have fun now, Mike. The concept of later doesn't exist to younger people. You know?
I guess.
It's all about now. You would know. You're taking care of 2 kids and me.
Don't remind me, John. This is my holiday away from them right now. Roshan. Going to be taken very easily. Take the Roshan banner. Kiritich, my goodness. Miero.
Yeah, they're trying to look for RCY instantly, but he does back off early. Is there any big items coming out? We've got the Shard and Yamson. He's got his Blink as well, which is something. Smoke out from the side of BetBoom. And maybe now the game plan for BetBoom is this is a challenge. Think about this. Kiritich is challenging his team. Guys, end the game or I'm buying Divine. That's it. That's all he's saying.
Heard that line many times. My Dota 2 career. Never really ends up working out very well for us, John, I might add. Shout out to the my SCA brethren, the pubs. Please stop doing that.
I wonder if Natsumi does that as well. He threatens Yopaj.
I'll be frank with you, I'd expect it from Natsumi.
It's like, Japoy, end or I'm buying Divine, okay? I queue already. I queue already. Yeah, it's Japoy, you're not ending as they're going in. Speed.
Oh, speed.
Oh! Dodged the shot.
Polite reminder, John is Filipino, by the way. He's not American. Just had to put that out there before our careers are ruined. John Miero. Gonna get jumped. Is gonna be okay. They're trying for Yamson. Yamson. Holding onto that battle trance. Top racks not safe. Kiritich, we've talked about this. My brother, please. Be careful.
Chakrams are doing work.
Kiritich, this is why I'm telling you, be careful. Miero jumps in, RCY. We'll get caught. Disruption, another Fiend's Grip.
No.
Oh no, there's no saving you from that. Immediate buybacks out from GamerLegion. They've lost speed as well, but there goes your Aegis. On Kiritich, they're going to commit. The full-on buyback, jump in, they've got the gyro, Kiritich going for the mad fight, Yamson doing a toe, can they win this one? Kiritich still running though, it's not enough. Not enough damage. RCY, he'll try to chase him down, but the Bushwhack will hold him down. RCY has no step charges, but he still walks out. Save. Running. Fade. Chasing. GPK going after Fade. Fade's got nothing here. He'll chain away. It's not good enough. He's going to drop. No buyback. Kiritich now. He bought the Divine Rapier.
Oh. Yeah, the challenge was not met, Mike.
Kiritich.
Like, we end the game, we're buying Divine.
Kiritich.
Here it is.
I'm not forgiving to players that mess
he's
up.
locked it. He's locked it.
Okay. Smart man.
It's okay.
Smart man.
When will he imagine
like
he accidentally unlocks it while he's dying?
Just like I had to lock my wallet away, John. Shout out to my wife.
Oh, thank goodness it's too late for her to be watching, Mikey.
I mean, yeah. The worst part was she figured out credit cards weren't the only loan you could get. What do you think I'm here, John? I was happy being at home with the kids. Kiritich.
We are getting our...
Unlock it. Do it. I dare you to unlock it.
Yeah.
I dare you to unlock it.
He's bought it out.
You won't do it.
You've got to unlock it,
You won't do it.
Kiritich.
He won't do it.
Oh, he's got to do it. You know what? We're not changing our portrait away from Kiritich. It's going to stay on him until he unlocks his Divine. Because let's be frank, there's not much really happening here outside of an absolute beatdown reminiscent of our childhoods, Mike.
Lovely game 3. 32k net worth lead for BetBoom. They're going to go after a Tormentor here. Who gets a shot? It's going to be Kiritich. Look at that.
Oh, he gets everything.
Very nice.
Look at that. Only one. Not the only one without a shard, but the sports do have theirs. I'm a little bit surprised. Nero is higher net worth, so that makes enough sense. And GPK has his. All right. Fair enough. Makes enough sense. Unlock the Divine. Please. There's literally nothing wrong. Okay, Basher up for Yamson. Unlock the Divine.
If only he could stack it. If only he could. Oh! Oh, he did unlock
Oh, there
it.
you go.
Okay.
All right, we're free.
All
Let me
right.
move the camera.
All right, Kiritich. You're in unknown territory now, sir. You're in my realm now, Kiritich.
2 minutes 43 faster.
Show us something special, Kiritich. Now you've got me interested.
Oh. They see it now. They see that Divine. I wonder.
Jump in, Nero. Looking to put a little in this game. Fade, not looking healthy. He's gone. No buyback. Jump in. Once again, RCY, Yamson, they're going to move in. Kiritich getting saved by the Nightmare, but the Snapfire is still going at it. Kiritich is healing through it, though. He's going to be perfectly fine through this one. There's no saving the game. There's no saving it. BetBoom have done it. And there you go, John. Props to GamerLegion. They try their best. They take game 1 off them. But at the end of the day, BetBoom, just the better team.
That they are. And again, this is a team that a lot of people expected to make it to playoffs